be clever. Play them at their own game. First thing is to get Joey running again.
It's a shadow art in monk. I might not be the right level for it. Oh no, I'm not the right level for that one. I don't know.
You still have two teleports because you're Shadow Kai.
Yeah. That one's fun. That one I come out with resistance to everything until my next turn.
Resistance to everything.
Neat. The way it says resistance to all damage.
Oh, damage
It's
resistance is pretty decent. Not gonna lie.
When you guys get through this with zero combat happening, you're all going to be like, well, I wonder why I picked all these combat abilities.
I'm not.
I'm not.
I've got a +9 in persuasion.
I mean, I still took stealth and sleight of hand in perception, and my shadow arts also do non-combat things.
I feel like we all geared up for Edda combat things.
Oh, then you guys are fine.
Yeah.
I'm leaning
We've only
really
been
hard
talking
into my
about
19 perception, 19 investigation.
You can see things. That's all you do. You just see.
He sees it all.
I just did not. I got very average rolls for stats, so I couldn't min-max anything.
Also, everybody be sure, after we introduce our characters, everybody be sure to say Frank's character's name constantly. We've got a stream counter to see what the high score we can hit is for saying that.
Are we including the vampire hunter extraordinaire at the end? Are you a vampire hunter?
It's not required.
But you can say it.
Yeah.
Because you're not actually a vampire hunter.
It's a lot of
You're a
words to remember, though.
His family is not a family of vampire hunters. It's just that was their last name.
Yeah. And he's specifically a potter. That's
The famous
part of the
McBooplestudes.
crowdsourced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He comes from a long line of people who hyphenate their last names and a short line of people who hyphenate first names.
No, who don't hyphenate their last names.
I specifically don't hyphenate.
Oh yeah, they merge their last names,
Yep.
and the other group hyphenates their first names.
So
Yeah.
He's got 4 names.
I stole that idea from a shitty tweet, whereas somebody didn't bring their reusable bags into a Whole Foods, and a kid with a hyphenated first name spit at their feet.
Perfect.
Okay. Are we ready to heist?
I am.
Oh, my camera's unplugged.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, I guess a little backstory just to start off. Since all you guys are part of the Golden Keys, all of you guys would also have had the same. You guys have never done a mission together. This would be your first mission together. You're all part of the Golden Keys, though. You'll also have the same handler. It's a little halfling named Nim, that works with whoever the leader of the Golden Keys are, who over the course of time approached all of you and was like, hey, you guys have done some decent stuff. We could use you. You have a certain set of skills that we need. So that's pretty much all the backstory we have. Where we're starting out is you guys were all chosen. You've done some mostly just solo missions. This is your first mission, like with a group. It's a bigger mission, a little more of a test. And yeah, that's where we're gonna go into it. So we're gonna do something a little different. Normally, I'd have you introduce your characters, which we can still do. You can fill in some gaps afterwards if you'd like, but I was going to introduce them with a little bit of an announcer voice, a little heist movie backdrop, a little tongue in cheek, if you will. So we have our lovely group of heist people today. Starting with the first one. Boop Stoop McBoople McBoople Boop Stoop McBoople Stoot. Famed vampire hunter. Nope, sorry. Potter extraordinaire. He will be your eyes and ears this evening. Because he can see that's pretty much about it. Next, we have Definto Ardashon, our warforged bard of sorts that can speak. Bard with a silver tongue. He hasn't played in a while, so give him a little bit of a break, but he'll be your speaker this evening. Next, we have Jasu. All I got is mysterious. He's mysterious. That's it.
One day I'll learn the lore of this world.
And last but not least, we have Raffin Honeydrop. He, lucky things happen to him. He gets through by talking as well. You have two smooth talkers today. And illusion magic. And that's it. That's your group. Now, if you'd like to fill in any gaps, that was a very, very, very quick little thing. Starting with Boop Snoop.
Yep. Boop Snoop prefers to go by his full name, Boop Stoop McBoople Stoot, of the famous McBoople Snoots.
Bring the counter.
Bing! My camera is broken, so just heads up on that.
We're at 2 now.
I won't say it again then. We'll save that for the next person. Yeah, he does not really enjoy combat at all. He just enjoys looking into things. And he can disguise himself.
Cool.
With a cardboard mustache.
Definto, tell us a little more about the silver-tongued bard.
My name is Definto Ardashon. I'm programmed to be inspirational and such.
What's it like being the third member of Daft Punk?
I don't know what that is,
Okay.
but I am not a punk.
Jasu, a little more than mystery, or are we just gonna keep it at mysterious? Because I'm fine with that.
My character is kind of in search of glory and infamy, knowing full well that he's going to reincarnate, so he wants to leave a legacy behind. Signed up with this outfit, knowing the impossible feats that they tend to achieve, and wants to have his name go down in glory and history.
Okay. And Raffin. Anything other than just illusion wizard you want to add to that?
Yes, Rafin also has devastatingly good looks.
Oh, okay. Devastatingly good looks, silver tongue. Great combination. Okay. And with that, we're going to head right into it. So, the four of you would have received a letter to meet at a certain spot close to a very famous dwarven city by the name of Gauntlgrim. It would be an inn by it called the Cracked Stone. The four of you would have walked into the bar, sat at one of as all of the four of you walked to the bar, you would have seen your handler, Nim, would have pointed you all over to a single table. And when the four of you were all gathered around, gotten your drinks, gotten your food and whatnot, Nim would have taken out a small key. You're members of the Golden Vault, so you've seen this type of thing before. The small key, you all would have a little golden lockbox that the key would fit into. And he would just look at you and say, so this key, once you put it into your lockbox, will tell you everything about the job ahead of you. Who to meet for your contact as normal. I know you guys normally work separately, but this is a little bit of a bigger task. So we would want you all to work together. We thought that your four skills should go hand in hand, though it's a little bit of doubling up on some things. I think that you can really hit this home and get out of there with any unnecessary bloodshed. So, here's your key. I don't know which one ever you want to take it. He just kind of hands it out in between the four of you with his palm open.
I take the key out of his hand.
Okay. So, as we do before, I trust all your guys' skills in doing this. So, if you ever really need anything, I'll be just a call away, but you guys got this. You guys have fun. And he walks out the bar and disappears. So the four of you are sitting there. Jasu has a golden key.
How many people are in this bar? I'm assuming that we may not. Do we want to open this thing in here?
It's not very crowded.
Are we in like our own little booth? Where?
So you're in you're in kind of the corner of the bar. You're kind of Aragorning it up, like how Aragorn would sat in the corner of the bar. You're in that secluded corner of the bar.
Gotcha. All right. Well,
Let's
gentlemen,
be efficient.
no time like the present. I open our little box.
Sure. And then there's a slot for the key in it. You're able to put the key into the box, and a message plays to you all. Greetings, operatives. We have discovered the location of a great dwarven treasure, but only a prisoner incarcerated within the prison Revel's End knows how to access the vault. This quest, should you choose to undertake it, requires you to travel to the prison, infiltrate it, and learn how to access the treasure from the prisoner. Return this information to the dwarf known as Varen Axebreaker, who will brief you on the details of the mission. Good luck, operatives. And the message ends. You would know that.
Your mic's not working.
My mic's not working?
No,
No,
my
your mic
mic,
is fine.
I was muted.
Oh, okay.
That happens sometimes ever since the new software update. I can't really control it, but Boop,
I'm pretending
Snoop,
that's in
McDougal,
character.
Snoot, was it? That wasn't
That is
character.
correct.
You got
Boop
a
Snoop
nickname?
McBooblestoot.
You look like someone who has stories to tell, and I'm always looking for an inspiration for a song.
Maybe as we go on, we'll get into some of them.
Would you like me to tell you more about your heritage?
Yes.
Or
God, yes.
Well, never mind. I don't know anything about the McBooblestoot clan. After a quick search of my database, I realized that as an AI language model, I cannot generate specific informations about a person or character. I'm still learning more about myself every day. I am exactly 200 years old. So,
To the day.
do the day.
happy birthday.
I don't know what that means. Nobody
It means
birthed
it's-
me.
You've been
day
200
of your-
years. You've never heard of a birthday?
No,
An activation day heist.
activation day. I understand that. Yeah, I was not birthed.
But you don't understand. Well, you're telling me you don't understand the concept of a birthday.
Not for a Warforged.
And also, in 200 years, you've never heard of anyone in the McBooplestoop clan?
They are quite
I-
famous.
I don't know your heritage specifically, but I would say
Upsetting.
you may be the first of your name, potentially. Based on the way that your both sides of heritage merge their names together, I believe all of
you
are
have heard of
first
them.
all of your names. Well, I've heard of McBoople and Stoot. So I know in parts the heritage and lineage. You must be
Do your
first
parent-
of your name.
Do your parents always call themselves first of their name because your names are constantly changing generationally?
No, there's enough words that get thrown around. They really don't need to throw any additional stuff onto the beginning
Gotcha.
or the end. It makes filling out any type of paperwork very difficult.
Well, this is all very scintillating, but shall we get to the matter at hand?
Yes.
And at this point, Nim comes back into the bar and is like, it goes up to the court to the table. I realize I never told you where to meet your informant. Sorry, that's on me. He's going to be in Gauntlgrim itself. If you just march your way down towards that way. It's a little town outside. It's a really close to Gauntlgrim, a small little town. Do you want to go over there? It's an inn called the Stone Pillars, which kind of sounds about the same as this one. Who would have thought? Yeah, if you want to head over there, he'll be there to meet you guys and go over everything. Have fun again. And Nim walks out of the bar.
Now, is the map, is the schematic like that we are looking at right now in
You
Foundry?
will get that. Yeah,
Okay, we do not yet have that.
you do not yet have that, but you will get that schematic. Yeah. So yeah, you guys can head along your way. It's like maybe half a day travel.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go to the similarly named bar.
the Stone Pillars.
Half a day away.
Yeah. So you head on over there. And there's actually no one in the bar except for the barkeep and also a dwarf who is sitting in the corner. A dwarf, braided hair, beard is black with streaks of gray throughout it. Has wearing a robe, but you can see underneath the robe a steel breastplate. He sees the four of you walk in. It's like, he waves you down. Well, hello. I was told you guys would be showing up. You're here for the job.
I come
take it.
down and I join him and take a seat. Jasu Lunaire, and you are?
Varen Axebreaker.
That was the name, right?
I'm
I'm so bad at D&D names.
Yeah, I already forgot to.
That is the name.
To be clear, I'm here because my masters asked me to be.
Hey, anything as long as the job gets done, whatever reason you're here for is good.
You can call me Boop Snoop McBooplestoot.
That's because that's his name.
Can I call you Boop Snoop for short?
Nope, I would appreciate it if you would use my first name and last name.
He appreciates all of his names equally. They're so great. How could he choose just one of his four names? How do you evaluate the difference in value of names?
As you
No.
can see, Mr. Axebreaker, we here in our little cell are the height of efficiency.
Yeah. Boop Snoop McBooplestoop. Stoot?
Stoot? Yes.
Stoot.
One of them. There's one of them in there.
Junior, the third.
The first, thank you.
Right. All of them are.
Of my name.
I'll try my best to remember that.
Is that of the Waterdeep Boople Stoops?
No, that's a different family.
Oh, gotcha.
See, his last name is McBooplestoop.
The Mick is thrown on there.
Yeah.
It differentiates us.
I just assumed that at some point your clan married into the mix.
I mean, maybe. It's hard to tell.
I
I'll
can't wait to
think
get
about it.
caught by the guards because we laugh at this.
Yeah, yep. Anyway, thank you all for showing up here and hearing me out. As you all know, I have a proposition for you. My clan has located wealth stolen from us many years ago, but It's in a sealed vault that's magically locked. If you can recover the key, whatever it is, you'll gain the undying gratitude of Clan Axebreaker and a cut of what's ever in the vault itself. The catch to everything, because I mean that probably sounds relatively easy, just to go get a key. Catch: the person who knows how to open the vault is currently rotting away in the prison of Revel's End. She's proved uncooperative with my people in the past, but I recently discovered the vault where she hid what she stole from us. I need you to question her and learn how to open the vault. How you do this is up to you. If you need to spring her from prison in exchange for this information, feel free. I can provide you with a way in, as well as the layout of Revel's End, and a few useful tricks.
Can I make a history check to see if I know anything about this prison?
Sure. You know that Revel's End is a prison that is it's right next to the Sea of Ice, which is very, very far north of the continent. You know that it is very hard to get in and out of the prison. It is pretty much a maximum security. And it's well known for the fact that it's well known for the fact that it's run by multiple factions to try and keep equality between all the factions in this prison.
That's a pretty tough prison. How did you secure us entry, and more importantly, how are we getting out?
As far as entry goes, my suggestion, though it is up to you, I do have the ability to get some. Let me bring up the map for you guys first, so that I can kind of show you where you're going. And Baron pulls out a faceted sapphire, and places it on the table. He waves his hand over the gem, and a glowing blue image of a building floor plan appears in the air above it. He taps the gem, and the image vanishes. The sapphire splits into sections, and he passes one fragment to each person. The fragment grows warm in your hand, melts, then vanishes, leaving a warm, tingling sensation behind. Think about the map of Revel's End, and you'll be able to see it.
I think about the map of Revel's End.
It pops up right from your hand.
I
You
assume
actually
it's
can see a little version of it. It's this map that you see right here.
I'm just gonna print screen that and have it up in green shots, because I assume once the map's going,
Yeah.
it's a pain in the ass to reference.
So
Well, that's a neat trick.
underneath,
We've got tower level 1, 2, and roof. And what's the middle section then? What?
So that's the middle section. That surveillance is broken up in the bottom into 3 sections because it's a tower that goes up.
Oh, okay.
There should be some good information on there as far as it goes. As far as anything, like you said, the surveillance is broken up into three different sections at the bottom. It has your guard patrol route on there. As far as going in, I have it with I have an associate of mine. Essentially, every so often, Revel's End has to change out staff. The guards and the cooks, they leave Revel's End. It's essentially because you're there 24/7 for a while. They're on guard duty for like 6 months at a time, potentially. So they change them out every once in a while. And I do have someone there that is going to be able to subdue some of the prison guard and cooks and get you some disguises to get you into the prison, if that's what you'd like to do.
Oh, that sounds perfect.
Okay.
You
So that's
mentioned
how-
items in the vault that we could expect to take some of at the end. What items are we talking about?
I mean, money beyond your wildest dreams is in there. There's a lot of money in there as far as that goes. Possibly a magical item or two. Yeah. You get a cut of that.
Sounds worth it.
I would hope so. I'd want to make sure it's worth your while. And as far as the escape plan, what you said is we're going to have a small ship within sight of the prison, but far enough away that they can't see it. When you're ready to leave the prison, just shine a light from the dock after it's dark out, and the ship will be there to pick you up quickly, get you away.
I think we can manage that.
Okay. as far as what you're in there, I mean, I would say question. You can see her cell, prisoner 13 is the name. Everyone in this prison goes by numbers. They don't have names. The guards don't say the names of the prisoners. So keep that in mind if you're posing as a guard. But yeah, question, potentially offer freedom if necessary. We need to know. We need to know what that key is and where to find it.
Tell me, do they take the prisoners out to the courtyard and the mess hall now and then?
The prisoners do get a little bit of time away from the cell.
Seems
They
strange
do
that
go to.
those areas would not be covered with anti-magic.
Yeah, I guess they don't consider that they need it in either of those sections.
Good to know.
I guess they're expecting the prisoners. I mean, when they're taken out to the courtyard of the mess hall, they're under pretty heavy surveillance. There's potentially a little bit of room in the courtyard you might be able to sneak away to because it's so large. But they usually do have some, like, along the walls, the guards tend to stand for surveillance for the courtyards.
Are those solid walls that we're looking at, or are they barred? For the
No,
cells?
walls in the-
I'm a bard.
The walls themselves they're magically sealed. So you can see through them, but they're also magically sealed. Like bars, but magical.
Why is prisoner 13's cell not 13 cells away from any of the major breaks of the cell blocks? It bothers me.
Because she's number 13. I mean, people serve varying sentences. It just means that
There's
She's
12
been there
people
for a
ahead of her
little
to be
while.
freed.
I don't think that there are 12 people in the jail right now. Possibly.
This
As
could be
far
a problem.
as why it wouldn't be 13 away from the, I don't think that they think about that.
I think what's confusing Frank is that north isn't
stupid.
up.
No, I'm saying this in character.
That's what I'm saying. Excuse me. His name is Boop Snoop McBooplestoot.
Okay.
I'm sorry, can you say that again, but slower?
Boop Snoop McBooplestoot.
Oh, okay. Can you spell it?
No.
Yes, that would be BOOPS. No, I won't do the whole thing.
He
I
spells it
believe
out.
you missed a hyphen there.
Everyone misses
Touche.
one of them.
There's only one.
That would be the one they missed.
Yeah. Kind of narrows it down a bit when you say it like that. Luckily, I have spell check, so I'll never spell it wrong ever again now that you've told me about this.
Explain it to us in excruciating detail how your spell check works.
It's a recursive algorithm.
More excruciating, please.
That was not nearly excruciating enough.
I'm not in pain.
A long time ago, there was binary, and then gates, and decision logic, and artificial intelligence.
All right, I am
was
in
a big
pain. I'm
part of
tapping
it.
out. Nope, you got it.
Mostly God.
That's what it all comes back to.
Yeah.
Do you have any more questions? You can feel free. I mean, the inn's going to be empty for quite a while. You can feel free to plan out anything that you'd like, ask any questions.
Are we all going to try to be guards, or are we going to break up the duty just to try to?
Yeah. How hostile are the guards? We definitely can't talk to them at all.
I mean, if you're guards, you can talk to them okay, as long as you act like guards.
Right. But, like, yeah, we can't just.
I mean, if you're cooks, you also can talk to guards and have some conversation with them. It's not like they're going to crack down. If you're someone who's like, if you just walked up to the door and went in there, they would be pretty hostile.
Is there any reason I can't charm person them that you know of?
If any one of them sees you cast a spell in there, they will get rather suspicious of you. If you have a single guard by himself, also, correct me if I'm wrong, doesn't the person under the effect of charm person know it's been charmed afterwards?
An hour later. I'll concentrate.
It'll only take us
on that.
45 minutes.
I mean, if we get like really caught, we can be like, you saw nothing, and then leave. Hey, look over there. It's a very peculiar duck.
I enjoy that your first question is immediately about what we do if we fail horrifically.
Does anybody see this going well? My math is pretty precise.
I think I'm going to impersonate a guard. I don't believe I can keep up the ruse of a cook.
Sure.
That and the calluses on my knuckles lend themselves more to fighting.
That'd be fine. That works. Guards are good.
I'm also guessing there's no way to get in to pretend to be a prisoner.
No, the prisoners are pretty well known who goes in and out before they get there.
Okay.
High profile.
Okay.
And then we would have to break you out, as well as 13.
And I mean, I'll live forever unless they murder me. So that's fine.
Your escape plan is waiting them out.
Oh, believe me, at some point they'll want me to go.
Did you know that I can play recorder in sentry mode? Just zoom.
Can they see through the magic force field through both sides? Like if we're in the court, can they see to the center from the courtyard?
Can they see through in the center of the court? No. So the walls.
Like the. Let's see.
So they can't
this.
well, no, like this wall. Let me show you let me draw a line. This wall is that's a Ray template. That's not right. That's wrong.
I
No, we
guess
see what
what
you're pointing to, though.
I guess what I'm getting at though is if we were like right here, there's not really anywhere that has vision to there unless they were to come in, which isn't part
Yeah,
of the
like
patrol
so
route.
this wall and this wall are actual walls.
Okay, that's
This
what I was
is-
asking. So-
Okay, no, I'm saying this is barred. Like this is barred. The little
Okay, the
tiny areas.
interior is
Yeah.
see-through. The exteriors are not.
But like
yeah.
nothing has line of sight to right here, does it?
Right where?
Like where the-
Surveillance. I mean, the surveillance is pretty state of the art.
Yeah.
Okay, so surveillance
So-
would catch us in there. Okay.
So the guard patrol route that we have on our map, there's no way for us to chat with prisoner 13 on that route because that is a exterior corridor.
Yes.
Yeah, so
you
we
can
can't
try
just
and
walk
sneak.
behind them indefinitely then.
No, they do go into the guard barracks after doing their patrols. Yes.
I have a couple of questions. I see there are stables here, but hardly seems like the place where horses might be.
Oh, I mean, in the back entrance, if you go in through the back area right here, you can travel from the tundra that's behind it. And
Ah, I see.
they're used for visitors. I mean, there's a meeting section over here that will take visitors.
And the counselors?
The counselors are the people that make up, there usually aren't a lot of them there at once, but they are the people that make up the different factions that represent this prison. They're the people that say whether someone's prison sentence is shortened, lengthened. We actually tried to get prisoner 13 out of jail by, saying, hey, she stole from us, or we're okay with it because we want the tattoo. Not the tattoo. They want the Eldritch Claw tattoo. We want the key. So, but they said no. Don't know why.
Well, gentlemen, robot, I think I have an idea.
Is it a good one?
I like to think so.
I'm in. You look like someone who's done very well in life, so I don't see why that would change now.
Neither do I.
But just for the sake of it, how about you explain to the rest of us?
Suffice it to say, if you can get Prisoner 13 to the privy, then wait some time. We might be able to smuggle them out of there. I could take their place.
You'll be stuck here forever.
Oh, I highly doubt that.
You'd need, like, dispel magic to get out of there.
Please.
Dispel magic.
Please,
guys.
I would need no such thing.
I don't see how this could go bad.
I wasn't expecting a prisoner swap, but sure.
Neither will they.
But won't they notice?
Fair.
Oh, I highly doubt that. And Raven winks at you.
I don't understand social cues. I'm a robot.
After 200 years, 200 years?
I lived with one person in the woods for a very long time.
That
So what do you
explains a lot.
And
What
he's
do
dead
you
now.
wax poetically about then if you don't understand social cues?
I've read many books and understand.
None of them. Gotcha.
I don't pick them up in the wild, but I've read extensively about them.
Please, please. DeFinto understands both wax and poetry. Just put the two together.
Yeah. I ain't very smart though, but I understand a lot.
And you've
So-
never read about the McBooblestoots in those books?
I've read about the McBooples and the Stoots, but again, I believe you're first of your name. Have you written anything about yourself? Because nobody else has.
Unclear.
So if I decide to pretend to be a chef, how do I know what's on the menu?
I mean, the head chef will tell you what's on the menu when you get there. You're not really briefed about what's on there before. You just go meet with the head chef and they prepare.
So I get no
Tell you what to
creative
prepare.
agency.
For the menu, no, I'm pretty sure it's a pretty tight prison. Like they have very specific meals because they only get food every once in a while delivered there.
Yeah, which is why my encyclopedic knowledge of recipes would come in handy to make the prisoners something that they would actually enjoy out of the available ingredients.
You can talk to the head chef about that if you'd like. Just be careful not to, raise suspicion.
I'm very
could-
persuasive.
We could sneak a cell key with their meal.
Yeah. And if that doesn't work, I have a very inspiring speech.
Oh, god damn it, I should probably be a cook. I don't like that. When my race sleeps, it can change its proficiencies. I can change my proficiency to cooking tools.
You could.
Incredible.
I didn't think that was going to be useful. It turns out I was wrong.
Of course.
So we have two cooks, Rafen and Boop Snoop McBooplestoot.
Oh, I'm happy to be a guard or a cook, whatever we need, really.
I need to let my informant know ahead of time. You gotta choose. I can't do the whole
we should all
or
be
the other
cooks.
thing.
We should
Is that
definitely.
a good call?
I can teach you guys how to cook. It's fine. I understand how to do it.
We will need someone other than myself to likely be a guard who would escort prisoner 13 to the privy.
Yeah, I'll be the guard. That's fine.
I can be a guard as well to start, but then I'll be a prisoner.
Why do you want to stay here? I'm not opposed to it, but it seems weird.
Stay, please. No, I will escape on my own.
He's Gilderoy
I will
Lockhart.
join
He'll
you
be
at the
fine.
docks. I will join you at the docks before you know it.
Okay.
Should we wait
Besides-
for you, or
Oh no, he'll be fine.
okay.
I've weighed the pros and the cons.
I have full confidence in my abilities.
Hypothetically, if you don't get out, who gets your share?
That is not even a possibility, so it bears no consideration.
I'll hold it for you. Because you're definitely getting out of there.
Thank you, DeFinto. You understand.
I've never seen him make a mistake. In the whole, 2 hours I've known him. I've seen everybody mispronounce that guy's name, so you guys all have an error rate of 1. His is none, which is infinitely better on a scale of some to none.
Has he tried to say his name yet?
Hey, it's not his fault that he chose not to and you guys did, so, the math speaks for itself. Just
You're
shows-
not the kind of robot that it can extrapolate off of one data point, are you?
That's mostly what I do. I don't have
I think he
many
sometimes
different
extrapolates
examples.
off 0 data points
Interesting.
Yeah, that's a big point of my project is to learn.
without learning. I like it.
Yeah, a learning-centered approach to learning about learning. This this update is a bit weird, I'm not gonna lie.
Have we considered being such bad cooks you give prisoner 13 food poisoning and he has to go to the hospital, located conveniently right next to the docks?
Also right next to the guard conference room.
Where
Yeah,
two of us will be stationed.
Anyone that is ill is taken to the hospital.
But then there'll be
Something that we
paperwork,
know.
probably. This looks like a pretty high-scale prison. You don't think they'll document that they sent someone to the hospital and exactly what time?
We'll be gone by that point.
They'll have seen us in some respect. I'm bright red. There's not that many people that are bright red.
Yes, you do stick out.
Are there
Perhaps
other
in the kitchen you
warforged
may
in
look
this
like
facility?
a crab or lobster.
I mean, there could be other guards who are warforged. It's not like they're specific.
They might
what
not
the guards
be.
are or cooks. That's fine. It'd be a little bit weird that a warforged is a cook since they don't have taste buds, but they could accept it.
My point is, though, if they, figure out that the big red warforged was in the hospital or, was aligned with people who were in the hospital with the prisoner who got out, that might not be good.
We'll be gone. Why do you care?
I feel like they can track us down. I'm not so much worried about right now. I'm worried about, the future. Because I probably won't die.
You don't think in the future that they're going to know that 3 of their staff went missing in the night and somebody is missing out of prisoner 13's cell? Regardless of how we get them out?
And I'd still be red.
You are still going to be red, yeah.
This
You
is a
could.
fact.
Repaint yourself.
Do you have to be red?
I've never tried to change my colors before.
You may want to consider it after this mission. I don't want to be the reason that we don't have option B because you're red.
We'll see. I kind of like it.
All right, so I think 2 cooks, 2 guards.
2 cooks, 2 guard. That we can do that if that's what you'd like to do. Like, as I said before, this will be probably your best chance to plan. So, if you guys think you have a good plan to go in, then
As long as we
send you on our way. I'll
time
send the
it,
word.
if we time this trip to the privy when prisoner 13 is already likely going to be out of their cell for at least a bit of time, say either in the courtyard or the kitchen or the mess hall, that would be ideal.
Did we get a schedule?
Do you get a schedule as far as
when things
Guards?
happen in the or guards, or if and when prisoners are allowed to leave their cell, or do we scout that out ourselves?
the guards? You should be told by the guards who, like, what the schedule is. You'll get a good idea when you're in there. I don't know the exact schedule to the date and time, and all that as far as when people are out and whatnot. I know that the patrols are pretty frequent as far as guard patrols go. It's around 20 minutes they'll do a round.
How long, sorry? 20?
Yeah, every 20 minutes they do a round.
Do Warforged have internal clocks?
You're not able to know exactly the time of 20 minutes,
Okay.
but you can take a good guess. Like, all of you would be able to have a good guess of what 20
If
minutes
you
is.
wanted to, you should have taken that feat.
Oh yeah, the one
Mine?
time it would have been good.
Didn't
Dang
know
it.
exactly what time it is yet.
Charm person's kind of like that. What are you doing out here? It hasn't been 20 minutes yet. Oh shit, yeah, he's right. We better go back.
Once again, I just want to point out, if there are 2 guards in a patrol and you charm one of them and the other one sees you,
How many guards are there? 4?
total?
Yeah, are we gonna be half of the guards here? Because if that's the case, one's enough.
Quickly double check whether Farron knows the amount of guards that are there.
I'm just curious what the likelihood is of a patrol going by without having one of
There-
my friends in it.
He doesn't know the exact. He knows there's a lot. There's a lot of guards. 4 is you're not going to be the only guards there, that's for sure.
Okay.
You know
the
that there's a
other-
good amount that go on each ship.
Charm person and a
There
level 2
are,
sleep.
so we know that every time, as far as the guards that come back, every ship contains 25 guards and 6 cooks. And they wouldn't leave the prison unattended, so that's not every guard and cook that they have on staff.
Yeah, but it could be a full. At worst, it's the full shift rollover, or at best, I guess.
I highly doubt that they would do a full shift and let that, because it's 3 days travel from Luskin to Revel's End.
Yeah.
They have to have guards kept there. You're gonna have more than 25 guards. It would be my bet. Like,
Yeah.
there's definitely more than 25.
I'm
That's
guessing
what-
there would
yeah.
be 50.
Could
That's
be
why
if
I
they
said
double it.
at best, it's a full shift change.
I mean, I wouldn't even say at
but-
best. I'm just saying I wouldn't say at best, because it's just there's no way.
Well, that would be the best case scenario, though. There's no way
That's
that's
not
what
even
it is.
that's not even a scenario though.
I mean, depends on your definition of a scenario.
Well, it depends on how the
likely
shift
scenario?
it depends on how the shift change works. If they drop us off, then pick up the relief and then like we're relieving the shift and they get on the boat, then there's no downtime. So there could only be 25 guards. But again, that would be the best.
No, because it would be it's 6 days total, because it's 3 to Luskin, 3 back. So there'd be 0 guards in the prison.
No. We would sail to them.
Oh, you
And
mean
then the
sail to
25,
Revel's End?
then the
No,
25 people we'd
the-
be replacing go.
Well, no, the 25 come to Luskin. That's how we're getting the uniforms, is when they
Oh.
come off the boat. We don't have anyone in Revel's End itself. We've done like a diplomatic mission there when we tried to get Prisoner 13 released, but and we were able to scout out the place okay then, but
If we can make
That's
it
it.
to the mess hall or like the meeting room or the storage, probably safe. I don't see a guard patrol line there. Or are we on our own if we go in there?
I mean, it depends on what's happening. You know the main guard patrol is there, so you would be out of the guard patrol.
But not,
If you're in the mess hall or the
not
kitchen.
necessarily safe.
There'd be
They
some
could
cooks.
go anywhere.
There'd be some. Well, I mean, the guard patrol only patrol around there. I'm saying is there might be cooks in the kitchen in the mess hall during
Okay.
that time. There shouldn't be. I mean, the guards don't ever patrol into the mess hall or the kitchen. You're correct. Just it's not like you would have 0 eyes potentially. You could time it maybe that there's no cooks. Maybe the cooks have gone to sleep for the night or whatnot.
I'm just going to throw it out there as an idea. What if instead of trying to charm a guard, you tried to charm the information out of Prisoner 13?
Oh yeah, no, I got a bunch of casts the charm person, not just one.
We just got to get them out of the red cell.
Yeah, I plan to charm the crap out of Prisoner 13 and then persuade him.
And I can make your charm more effective.
Ooh, we're gonna be good friends. And I'm already good friends with Rafin, so by definition, you guys are okay friends already.
It does work that way.
And
Rafin and I should do a full patrol loop to get eyes on the guard intervals and the scheduling before you try talking to Prisoner 13.
oh, definitely. I just plan to serve slop until you guys come to the mess hall to get something to eat, because you'll definitely get a lunch break. Is that a definite, or do they have to like bag it themselves for months in advance?
As far as the cooking works in there,
Like, if I'm a cook, will I ever see the guards?
I'll be the guards.
Like, they'll go to the mess hall to eat, probably.
Yeah, you'd see some guards occasionally.
Cool. It's not just a prisoner's mess hall.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, the guards will eat in there
Okay. Great.
and whatnot, because there's really no other places for the guards to eat. I mean, the guard tower gets their food brought to them if they like, because they're usually up there for a little more than 8 hours at a time.
You should also try to go up to bring the food to the guard tower. Do you have any sleeping herbs or something you can lace their food with so they're not so alert, but not so strong that people immediately realize that everybody in the surveillance tower is passed out?
I have a sleep spell. But that's about it.
I don't have anything like that.
Also good to note, you would want to get some form of cold weather gear just in case you're outside for any period of time. It is rather cold up there.
Cold enough to also freeze the lubricants of my gears, so I also need clothes, or is worth.
It's
Yeah,
it's
that cold.
It's yeah.
Okay.
Do the guards get issued jackets?
They do. You might want to have some jacket on your way there, though, just to make sure, in case you're waiting for a while outside for any reason. I would just.
Out of curiosity, what's Prisoner 13's build?
I mean, she's a pretty classic dwarf. Stocky, could probably punch your face in, if we're going to be honest. Very. Last thing we heard of her, she has a lot of magical tattoos. So I can see that any points to Jasu, you have some dealing with that.
I have one, and I like pull my shirt open, and you can see that there's one on there as well.
Then you guys know as far as that goes, she has a lot more than just one, though. Of course, the anti-magic in the cell would make it so she couldn't use anything in there. If you're trying to incapacitate or anything like that, which I hope you wouldn't have to. She is rather formidable. I mean, she tricked the entirety of our clan into getting the money, essentially sealing away our treasure.
The only way you can get the tattoos off of her is if you kill her, or if she willingly gives it to you.
To get the tattoos off of her.
Well, because they're attuned, you can give the needle away. You can.
Sure. Why do you want the tattoos off of her?
If he's gonna try to look like her.
Oh. I mean, there's got to be some form of spell or something that you can use to
Have
pretend.
no fear.
I mean, I know that wizards, and he looks over it, you seem like you cast spells. At least some form of illusion can make the tattoos look proper.
I don't know why they're doubting him.
I'm not. I'm saying that I can
No,
see
not
that.
you, them. I don't get it. He's clearly gonna have this in the bag nobody would be that confident and be bullshitting us right now. Like, that would be just interesting, to say the least. I cannot account for that type of margin of error in the calculations that I do. Like, that's a statistical anomaly at that point.
I don't think I actually looked at Raffin's character.
Rafen.
Raffin's
Rafen,
character.
It's scary.
I mean, honestly, there is no reason for any of you to like believe this yet.
That's why that's why I'm picking.
Bullshit answers, like he's the only one that didn't make a mistake. I have no reason to trust him either.
I'm just thinking of him using magical means to look like a prisoner, and then he's gonna go right into an anti-magic cell.
Don't worry, all will become clear. Actually, no. So, Rafen does turn to Jasu. Fear not, my dear colleague. All will become clear in the morning when we leave.
Well, I'm convinced.
Everyone's ready. So yeah, seems like you have at least some form of a plan, though it seems a little bit loose.
I mean, do you have any information that might be of use to us that we haven't, like...
I feel free to ask away. I can't think of anything that you haven't asked me about yet that would be that much of a help, but if you can ask any questions you haven't asked before that you can think of, maybe it could jog.
Are there any particular people stationed there that we should be aware of?
I mean, there's just the warden is the only really particular person. I don't know which people, like who from the council is there at the moment. They come and go. There's never the entire staff on as far as the council goes. A lot of times they'll maybe send a proxy or something like that, or their vote through magical means. Other than that, no. You have your prisoners, you have your warden, and then your guards and your cooks. Nothing else that'd be like of note.
And all we gotta do is convince her to get out of here, and that's it. The job's done.
Anything to get a key. She has a key.
Yeah, we don't actually have to take her with us.
Oh, cool. So we can... Okay. We're getting that key then. Got it.
He was just saying that she might demand in exchange for what we want, we have to take her with us. That doesn't mean that we have to take her with us.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that was just a potential for whatever the key maybe she wants to get out.
Yeah. So if we could get her in private and you could work your bard magic on her, we could just get what we want and then put her back in a cell.
Oh, yeah. So, directly outside, are we up on like a cliffside?
Directly outside, yeah. So essentially there's like an elevator. You're about 160-foot drop to the dock. If you're up top.
Oh, cool. So we could like take her outside and intimidate her a bit if she doesn't cooperate. And that would be quite intimidating.
You could. You'd have to make sure you sneak. The prisoners never leave this place.
Oh, yeah, but like if we get into a situation where it's like, I'll give you the key when you get me outside, we could potentially use the surrounding area as deterrent to not screw us over.
Sure.
Yeah.
That works.
Thinking ahead.
Sure. Thinking ahead. It seems like we've got a little more of a plan going. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, you kind of made fun of our plan earlier, so I kind of want to make more of a plan now.
Well, I mean, from everything I'm not someone that, like, you are professionals. You've done this before.
This is my first time.
No, you've done one. You've done solo heist before. I did say that. You had done the occasional solo heist. Yeah.
Yeah, but like.
This is your first like big heist. Everyone's done like minor heists.
Yeah, like this one time, I stole a horse for you guys. And some other things, but like nothing like this.
Yeah, as far as having backup plans, the only thing.
The plane's usually a lot more straightforward than this, is what I'm getting at, and it's my first time really scheming.
Okay. That doesn't fill me with confidence, but
I'm going into the situation with the horse thief and a man who wants to substitute his body into the cell.
Which is a great idea, because it solves the problem we directly have right now.
And please do not forget Boop Snoop McBooplestoot.
Who among us could forget Boop Stoop McBooplestoop?
I mean, I don't tend to forget anything, but Boop Snoop McDoople Spoop is definitely...
It's McBooplestoot.
Oh, yeah, sorry. That update.
are you always wearing your Eyes of the Eagle?
Yeah.
Okay. So you get that face in the picture, plus there's crystal lens. There's a goggles that look like an eagle. That's just to paint a picture of Boop Snoop McBooplestoot.
He needs those glasses for his pottery.
He takes pottery quite seriously.
He takes it more seriously than he does his job. Do you have any idea how much a McBooplestoot sells for?
I think so. I think I keep getting their catalogs in the mail, despite the fact that I have not signed up for them.
40 schmeckles on a good day.
Okay. So if everyone is good to go, we'll get you guys on the ship. Get you guys your disguises first, of course. Get you guys all disguised. If you want to make up names for yourselves just so that you have a backup, so you're not giving them your real names, that's fine. If you want to just, because they're not going to know who you are, you can just give them your real names for any undercover.
I think that's a fine idea.
That you should make up fake names, or that you should give them your real name? I don't.
No, the fake name thing, please.
Oh, okay.
And I'll give you measurements for the guard outfit.
I think they're just knocking guards out in
We'll
roughly our size.
see what we can do, but yeah, we're just going to be knocking out guards.
I only have one series of names that I go by, and I will be sticking with that.
That's okay. I had a feeling. Sure. If anyone else, I know that Rafen wants a name. Anyone else want to make up a name, or just stick with the same? Just last little dot the I's, cross the T's of this plan.
A fake name would be most certainly a good idea.
Okay.
I'll go by Jensen.
Sure.
My name,
Similar, but
Ruby Rhythms.
oh,
Jensen Axbold, from a long history of guards, I suppose.
sure. Okay. Rafen, is it gonna be a surprise for when you introduce yourself to the guards, or?
You should name yourself Riff Raff.
No, I'll be
on it is.
I'll be Callum.
Callum? Okay.
Callum.
Callum. You guys gonna have to remember your own names when you tell the guards them.
Not a problem.
So you're gonna keep
Callum
the same one? That's
Stone.
okay. That's fine. Callum what?
Smithstone.
Smithstone, okay. And who exactly gonna be the guards again? Just so I can who's gonna be the guards, who's gonna be the cooks?
Guards.
I believe Jensen and I will be guards.
Okay,
Jensen and Callum.
Boop Snoop McBooplestoot and Definto will be the
Ruby
Definto.
Rhythms.
Ruby Rhythms. Will
Do
be
we get
the-
name tags?
No.
Your
This is
name
just-
does not fit on a
Honestly,
standard name tag.
it's for the better.
I don't know how you get mail. I know the standards, and like, there's only so many characters that they're allowed to put. You know what? It's a miracle you get mail.
I think they've got an inside deal with the Postal Service because the catalogs just keep coming, and I keep saying I don't want them. I don't want them. I have enough pots. I have the 2 pots that I use. I don't need more.
I really like the idea that you're just putting this all together right now, because when you get it, it says Boop Snoop McBoop, and then it cuts off, and you're like, oh my god, this guy has been sending me catalogs for years.
Okay. Then yeah, away you'll go. So the party will travel. You make your way towards Luskin, which isn't that far away from where you are at the moment. But you make your way there. You meet up with the agent who, as you get there, she was already informed as far as 2 cooks, 2 guards, and she does greet you and essentially just hand you the uniform, hand you the 2 uniforms, or the 4 uniforms total, 2 of each. So it's about a 3-day trek on the boat. Once you get there, you'll be just escorted in. Cooks will go to the mess hall to meet the head cook, and the guards will meet the head guard. And then you'll be set on your duties. You'll be given a time of patrol. You'll be given your menu as far as cooking goes. And yeah, what you want to do from there is up to you. Wish you guys the best of luck. We appreciate everything you're doing for us. I always knew we could count on the golden keys. And you all board a boat. So it's 3 days in, partially into the Sea of Moving Ice. So it's a bit of a rough trek. I don't know if anyone's seasick, if anyone's, how everyone's faring as far as on ships.
Very.
Oh yeah. So when is this is the next morning?
No, this is
3 mornings later.
Oh no! So it's when you're on the ship. We'll say it's the next morning is when you get on the ship.
Okay, so because
Oh, that's right. Because you do a thing. Yeah. What did you do the next? What did? Yeah.
So when everyone shows up to the ship, you don't see Wraithen. Instead, you see a
Were you changing?
dwarf show up.
I'm looking around. We agreed. What time is it? Sorry.
It's probably it's morning.
We agreed 8 o'clock. This man is inefficient.
You're the one who put all your faith in him.
I'm sorry, are you all looking for Callum Smithstone? Right here.
Oh,
You're shorter.
I got that a lot.
That.
not quite what I expected. Do you get that a lot?
Every time.
60% of the time.
I understand comedy at its core, so that was a good joke. I just want you to know that.
How did you learn comedy?
I read about it.
Did you bounce any of the jokes off other people, or did you just read a book and then self-high-five and said nailed it, and then you just kept moving forward?
They are very funny.
And onto the boat everyone goes.
Do you expect a performance?
No.
I was gonna say nobody's ever asked me to tell one before, but
And they still haven't.
And yep, to the boat. Make your way there, and I don't know, how are your characters as far as on a boat goes? Just for RP's sake, how are you guys feeling? It's a long trek.
I think as a monk, I find balance, so I'm fine.
Sure.
But if you believe that, then I believe that.
Boop Snoop McBooplestoot is he's looking okay, but he's definitely not doing great. A little
unless
seasickness.
the game wants us to have a mechanic like that.
There's no mechanic like
Okay.
because you're Warforged, so you can just not worry
I was gonna
about
say,
it.
if there's a mechanic, I'll definitely roll for it, but I don't
Very
think
good.
that I have any reason to not feel good.
I don't think this has
Callum-
any. Yeah, what?
Callum's the lower center of gravity as a dwarf helps.
Yeah, no, actually, Callum's doing it. Boop Snoop McBooplestoot is the only one that's actually a little bit on the sick side.
I would just wonder how dwarves do on the sea.
I think dwarves do okay. I mean, there are dwarves that go on the sea every once in a while.
Also, Callum is only externally a dwarf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's actually anything that only affect non-Warforged in this, because Warforged technically exists when this came out. Like, there's no breathing only effects that wouldn't affect a Warforged. Like, there's nothing like that.
Cool.
So yeah, you make it there.
I'm
All
assuming
your
that Column and I sit with the guards. I'm assuming it's probably by separated out by profession. Guards sit with guards. Staff sit with staff.
You occasionally see the cook talk to a guard every once in a while. It's not like it's super separated out, but yeah, normally the guards will stick near the guards and the cooks will stick near the cooks. You do notice that, yes, 25 guards, 6 cooks.
Do we hear any
you
useful
make up a third
banter
of the
on
cooks.
in the third day, in the 3 days?
I
As
would
far
like
as-
to try to make friends with one of my coworkers if possible.
Sure. Roll persuasion. See
yes.
how this will play out.
Persuasion. 26.
You become great friends with Greg,
Okay.
your guard, your half-orc guard coworker.
Nice. I tell him my entire Ruby Rhythms backstory that I definitely have.
Sure. You want to tell us that or no?
Sure, Ruby Rhythms was once a standard issue robot designed for industrial work in factories. However, she always had a passion for cooking. After many upgrades and modifications, she transformed herself into a state-of-the-art cooking robot capable of creating incredible dishes. And I began my culinary career as a street vendor, slowly working my way up to prison guard, which I think is a job well done.
Clarification for Ross, not Jensen Axborn. Do Warforged have gender?
For humanoid,
They're humanoids, so they could. A Warforged could consider themselves a female or a male if they wanted
my
to.
program has one.
Yeah. It really depends on the programming.
Okay.
So yeah, that's your. You make great friends with Greg. He's always fascinated by that story. He actually tells you to tell it a couple times to a couple of his friends as well, which you do make acquaintances with some of Greg's friends. There's a small group of people that are there.
Let's see how accurately I retell it every time. Where's history? I crit! I tell it perfect every time!
I hate that you wasted a crit on something that no one asked you to do. I also like that you chose something that you have a minus 1 to roll.
That's why I did it. I was like, there's no way I remember the whole story that I just told.
You don't have to. People don't remember their stories perfectly. There's always slight variation.
Well, not with this robot.
This was perfect. This robot tells it perfectly.
Usually lies are
text file on my desktop.
usually rehearsed lies are the ones that are retold perfectly every time based off of daytime TV dramas.
It's true. And this is what this is a daytime TV drama.
But also,
Thank
they may
goodness.
not know that because there's not TVs.
There's daytime play dramas.
Shit. I'm gonna get found out so fast. Regardless of if it's good or bad, that was my goal, and I'm sticking to it.
So yeah, you can tell it perfectly every time. Yeah, you make good friends with Greg, a couple of his other, and acquaintances with some other people. Yeah. So, is there anything else anyone else would like to do on the ride? Over?
I just want
Can you feel
listening. I'm just listening for useful bits of information, quips, stuff about the prison.
So what you get? Do a perception check for me. Nice. So you get the fact that a lot of these guards are new, haven't done this before. This is their first shot.
Thank God.
A lot of the guards currently are new that are coming over. You get some excitement from a lot of the guards. They talk about how it's really cold out there, and they you know, as how it's getting colder, how they can do with the cold. Well, they get cold weather gear when they get there. That's cool. You hear a couple talks about the warden. That you hear whispers that she runs a very tight ship, and that the entire prison is you know, she runs pretty tight schedules, pretty tight everything, very efficient at what she does.
At some
And-
point on the boat ride, I would say, how about that full house that we're going to have when we get there? I feel like we're going to be overworked.
I mean, Greg would look over. I mean, possibly. What do you mean we're going to be overworked?
Well, the prison's not usually full.
You mean we're going to have a full house of? You think we're going to have a full house of prisoners?
I heard that we should be ready to work really, really hard. So that must mean we're at capacity. It's my first day, by the way.
Okay, it's our first day too. Most of us, at least. I think actually everybody here's first day.
Oh man.
That's scary. We'll make sure to get some sleep tonight then, for sure. This is the
Definitely
day
get
before
some.
you get there.
Yeah, definitely get some sleep tonight. You should turn in early.
Did
Sure.
you just make sure all the guards are fully rested for tomorrow?
Also,
They-
we can talk tonight now if we want.
They turn in and now they have an advantage on all perception checks the next day.
Fucking A.
They might have something based off that, who knows? But yeah, they'll turn in early. So any of you want to turn in with them, you can feel free. This is your last night on the boat, or you can talk, the four of you.
I was going to let everybody know that I had overheard that the warden runs a tight ship, and she's strict to schedules and precision.
Feeling a lot better about all these fake names we picked, since she'll probably remember them for the rest of her life.
Can't you just get reprogrammed? Anywho, we should probably turn in. I don't want to be... I don't want to stick out like a sore thumb, and also I'm worried that we're going to be tired tomorrow. Unless anybody has a reason we should stay up.
I mean, I don't have to sleep. I don't think. I don't even think I technically have to sentry because I don't need a long rest for any reason mechanically, so I might just stay awake because I don't think it'll exhaust me.
Actually, sorry, I don't have to turn in either. I can trance for 4 hours and I'm fully rested.
Too bad.
You want to play cards or something?
We could do that. Does anybody have a good idea of what I should change my 2 proficiencies in if we trance tonight? Right now I have them in just longbow and navigator's tools because I couldn't think of what they needed to be. I've already got thieves tools as a proficiency.
Definitely not 3 Dragon Ante.
You want me to change them to I think I actually have proficiency in cards or dice.
God dang it.
Anyone up for a rousing game of chess?
I don't think you'd want to do that.
I think I do. What say you, Ruby?
Definitely.
Okay,
Is this where the stream cuts to you guys playing online
No,
chess?
no, no.
Playing this entire time.
Amazing.
So you can both do an intelligence check.
I'm gonna add my proficiency bonus because I have chess set proficiency.
Let's go.
Oh goodness, I'm far from Stockfish.
That's a 16.
Oh. That's a 16. Okay.
Versus a 4.
The first chess
Gee.
AIs displayed random moves.
It's the AI. The learning algorithm is kicking in now.
Raffin beats you in 3 moves.
Great.
Nice. He's
I don't- is that-
scholars
4
made.
moves. That's the 3. 3 you do 3, right? 3
You
is
can
the
do 3
least.
if your opponent makes
Yeah.
one really specific
Yep.
move.
Yep. Oh, and trust me, Definto makes that very specific
Oh yeah.
move.
He plays E4, E5, Knight F6, like the one that's bad. Sorry, Knight
Oh right,
C6.
you actually play chess.
Yeah.
You've told me this.
E4, E5, Knight E3, checkmate.
Beautiful.
Or C3 rather. 6. I'm black,
I
so
think,
6.
I think the second game, Defento tries to do that against.
Yeah, when I get
Great.
white, I try to do it. And then you just take everything of mine. Yeah.
You know, you lose pretty badly. But yeah. Definto, not that great at chess.
Apparently
Like
not.
It's pretty bad.
Jess, who just sits there and just watched it happen.
It was really fun, though. I feel like I learned a lot. You seem like
Why didn't
quite
you
the
tell him that
scholar.
you knew how to do that?
I'm going to call that the scholar's mate from now on.
Ignores the question completely.
Why do you think you can do any better?
I don't, but I'm not good at chess, but I think I can do better than what you did.
Well, yeah,
Roll
you
it.
had the benefit of seeing what I did.
Does that mean I get to roll intelligence at an advantage?
Oh, no. No, you get just flat intelligence, both of you. Remember to add the, and Rafter will get the
Yeah, I can't seem to like add the +2, but
I'll math it out.
well,
Okay. It's not scholars, Nate.
You get
Yeah,
scholar's made it immediately
No,
as
no.
well.
No, you actually get, you get the four. The
yeah,
four
this is the
move,
4
right?
move. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not falling for the.
Oh.
And then Nifinto walks over and goes, you see, it's because of the weak F pawn here. You gotta defend it. That's something I learned in my second game against him.
He's learning. Okay. So you guys play chess, you guys play cards till the wee morning. You make sure that you do get enough sleep, I imagine, to get a long rest.
I just need 4 hours.
Yeah. That way you're not rolling for exhaustion as you walk into the prison.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys approach just before dawn. Perched on a high cliff overlooking the sea of moving ice is a bleak stone fortress carved from a gigantic blade-shaped rock. A central tower looms above the rest of the fortress, and light leaks from its arrow slits. 4 smaller towers rise from the outermost corners of the fortress, and guards can be seen atop them. You are approaching by boat. So as you make your way there are a couple guards out by the docks. There's no light source out here, so I'm going to activate this map now. So everyone can come over to Revel's End. So anyone with dark vision can see where it is. If you don't have dark vision right now, you just kind of look like you're in the middle of an ocean. But they would have, there would at least be a guard here carrying a torch. And another guard at the top carrying a torch.
Oh, I don't have dark vision.
Warforged do not have dark vision.
vision.
But you
think
see those two
I can
lights.
cast dark vision, but I don't think I want to.
You have dark vision.
Do I come with it?
Yeah. You do.
I have it.
Perfect.
Deep gnomes have a special dark vision. They have extra dark vision. But yeah, so you're there. There are a couple guards by the dock as you guys all get off. They're like, everyone welcome to Revel's End. If you all follow me, we'll take some shifts, go up the elevator, get to the top, get you all situated. Once you go inside, you'll go past, you'll go down a small hallway, and then we'll split you guys up to go to our guard barracks. Half of you, or not half of you, the 25 of you that are guards, and then the 6 of you, the cooks, will escort you over towards the kitchen area. If you'd all follow me, and you guys go up in shifts, because the elevator's not big enough to fit 31 people. But yeah, so it's 160 feet up. It's a rather large trek. It's a rather long, like, pulley system all the way up. But you're able to do that. And I got you guys all situated in the front. For this
While
section, I'll
we're-
just be... What?
While we're riding up the elevator, I look at Boop Snoop McBoople Stoot, and I say,
Let's go out there and make a culinary difference.
Yeah.
I push him
Let's.
off the elevator halfway up.
Doe is dead. He would be dead. It's what?
60 feet.
86?
Yeah,
8d6.
It's 160 feet up, so it's 80 feet
nice.
if it's halfway up. But yeah, no, you're fine.
Yeah.
Okay. He's fine. It's fine. So yeah, you guys are taken to the front.
I did try to do the math because I have slow fall to see if I could survive the jump, and I cannot survive the jump.
No. But yeah, you guys are taken through. Each one of you led in through here. The 2 guards, Raffin and Jasu, the door is opened up to your left, and the 25 of you are brought into this guard barracks. I'll get you guys all situated, and I'll get you guys into your rooms, and then we'll do the whole thing.
I go and I claim a bunk.
There actually are no bunks in here. This is going to be a guard. The bunks.
Oh, this is
are,
actually where we're stationed.
Yeah, that's where you'll be stationed, and you actually see a bunch of guards in that room, a little more than is on there, and you also see the head guard in there as well. Where you will be stationed is actually the second floor of the surveillance tower, as far as where you're going to be not stationed, but where you're going to be sleeping. They have barracks down there. And the rest of you, the 6 cooks are then led...
So there's the office, the warden, and the trial on the second level?
Yes.
Oh, the barracks is on the first level. We're on the very first level of the tower.
Yeah. Brought all the way over here. Trying to get this so that you don't actually get any random vision through the walls. And in
Good job.
the kitchen. Boop. So we're gonna do guards first, and then we'll do the other one. So this is your first day here. You are the guard. You are with the guards, and you, in front of you, see a human that looks very very no nonsense, like a traditional guard uniform. She has her weapon on the side, like displayed. She has everything about her looks very uniform. Close cropped hair, very specific Revel's End gear, some cold weather gear off to her side, which she's not using at the moment because she's not outside. And she greets all of you. And she says, "Welcome everyone that's new here. Hope you're all ready for your shift. We do run a very tight ship. We are very, very much by the numbers. I'll be giving you a route. I'll be giving you your duties. Possibly some of you will be stationed at the tower for a period of time. Some of you will be patrolling the center. We do have pretty much everything already all scheduled. You are expected to follow that schedule. If you deviate from that schedule, we will be questioning why. This is a very important place. You have some pretty terrible criminals here, and we want to make sure that they stay in here and have a very, none of them are allowed to escape. Everyone can take some cold weather gear just in case you're going off. Or in here is the cold weather gear, actually. Make sure to stop by here if you're going to be taking guard tower duty that day. We do have... Essentially, over the first couple of days, we're going to have you guys do like a couple patrol duties, guard tower, and then when we figure out where you guys are better suited, we're going to place you there for the entirety of your stay in Revel's End. Does anyone have any questions before I go along?
I take a small step forward and say, "Ma'am, I was told on the boat that we might have a full house. How many prisoners are on island?"
The prisoners are on the amount of prisoners. We only have 6 prisoners currently on the island. We definitely don't have a full house. Whoever you told you that doesn't know what they're talking about.
Happy to hear it's just a rumor, ma'am, and then I take a short step back.
6 prisoners for a total of 70 guards. You guys should be able to handle yourselves quite well. We'll walk you over to the first floor of the barracks so that you guys can pick out bunks and everything so that you know where you're going. The first floor of the center room in the middle, which is called our surveillance tower. I hope everyone was given some rundown of the layout of this area before they came here. But just to reiterate, in the very center is our surveillance area, and you guys will be sleeping on the first floor of that. You'll do 8-hour shifts. There's enough of us that you do an 8-hour shift, and then you have some downtime, and then you have some sleep time, and then that's it. You're expected to be at your shift on time, never to be late, and patrolling. When you're patrolling on guard tower, when you're on guard duty, moving a prisoner around, don't the prisoners will probably try and, you know, I don't know. I mean, they might try and bargain with you. Some of them might try and like get you angry. Just don't listen to them at all if they're trying to do that. These are some rather terrible criminals, so make sure that you're ready to deal with that, which you are expected to be able to. It's one of the reasons that we brought you on here. But yeah, so I'll show you to the center barracks, and then we'll get you guys all situated, get you guys on your duty and whatnot. And she does that. You guys go over towards the center. You do notice that as they are going to, essentially as they're going through each door, you see that they're just able to
Yeah, 5 foot
open.
squares.
Yeah, these are 5 foot squares. They are able to open up the door just normally. They don't seem to be like picking a lock or putting a key in or anything. And as she's going through the door, she says, whenever you're on duty, you'll have clearance to open up any of these doors. And with that magical clearance, it's essentially like you're opening a regular door. If you don't have clearance to open up the door, which your guards, you should have clearance pretty much any time except when you're asleep. You'll be able to go through them. If not, like I said, if you don't have clearance, they won't open up. So then you know that you should probably be in your bunk and gonna probably be in trouble.
Question.
Possible
Were
answer.
we, like, was there some kind of ritual or something that happened on our way? Is it something in the clothing, in our, like, assigned outfits that's reacting to this? Like, I don't remember us having something
Yep.
done to us.
You haven't had anything done to you yet. She's been the one that's been leading the way in opening
Oh,
doors
gotcha.
at the moment. You do. She would point out that once you guys get yourself situated in the barracks and whatnot, at the foot of each of your beds, there'll be a uniform that'll have a marking in it that essentially will say this guard is on duty, and you're on duty and you can go through just
Gotcha.
fine.
While we go through the courtyard, I just want to get as good a peek as I can at Prisoner 13. I can kind of see them in here. I just was curious if there's anything I noticed about their cell or about
So
them.
all of the cells are relatively similar.
Well, because I can see in and I can see half of her face.
Right. So you see that that's her cell because that's the one that was pointed out.
Also, I thought you said these walls were see-through?
Yeah,
They
so
are.
you can see through. So there's like because there's like the dotted part of the see-through. There's a part of it that opens up that's a little bit of a closer
Do you
together
not-
bar.
Do you have dark vision?
I don't.
That's
Oh
why.
yeah, so they're not lit. The cells aren't lit inside. There's only light that gets into the cell from the center. So you wouldn't be able to see the backs of the cell.
Yeah. So I can't see
Without
I
dark
can't
vision.
really see I can't really see to the end of the cell. I can see her and I can see to here-ish.
Yeah.
I can see her. I can't see like anything beyond, but I can see to this tile right here.
So you do see that all the cells are uniform. They all are enclosed by formidable steel bars. You did get a glimpse of like the first 2 cells as you walked by it. To see like the back of it is bolted to the back wall are iron bunk beds, each with a thin mattress and a waste bucket sits near the bed. And that is all. All of them are the same. Nothing fancy about any of the prisoners' cells. But yeah, you do that. And as she's bringing you into the center, she says, all of the guards here will call their prisoners by their numbers. We actually, no one except for the warden really knows their names. That is, so if they do finish off their sentence and get out, there's not a huge stink. I mean, we know who the prisoners are when they come in, but we know them by numbers specifically.
Is the number over their cell?
The number, I mean, I can tell you where each one is. There is no number over their cell specific, like, because we don't put a number over a cell. They transfer out in and out every once in a while. But yeah, so here is the barracks itself. This is the little spot. A door in the spirals. Okay, so if you went, the barracks is actually 1 level up. Technically, this is the ground surveillance floor. The
Oh, it's like
surveillance
European.
hub.
It's the European
Yeah.
first floor.
Yeah. So as you enter this surveillance hub, this hexagonal room is the base of the prison's central tower. A spiral staircase rises to the tower's upper levels. Several guards watch through the arrow slits, observing the outside part of the prison, like just outside it. So they're just watching through to where the cells are, just to make sure. While one sits at a metal desk and console with a myriad of switches and dials and brass tubes with funnel-like flare. So you have a bunch of guards stationed around with arrows watching through the arrow slits or with a crossbow or bow and arrow. And then you have one sitting near the center that's essentially looks like they're at a command station. A magical command station. Like, this is the central hub. If you have been here for a little while, you might have the chance of actually getting guard duty at the console itself. That console can lock all doors, shut off all lights, turn on all lights. That'll be our high alert button if anything happens. We'll be pressing that. If any of the prisoners try and escape or anything, we do put the place on high alert, and that is all done from that center console. There's also a loudspeaker device in there as well, so if you do hear anything over the loudspeaker, it's whoever's here.
Frank is lucky he's not in this room. The spiral staircase is not centered because it is an even number of tiles in an odd tiled room.
It's true. Oh, but yeah, so you make your way up to
I
the
would be so upset.
It is what it is on the map. What you see on the map, it's nothing too crazy. I would have to drag you through all the prison walls to get you there. So we're going to say you're just up there at the moment because you have the Revel's End mask. A door in the spiral staircase leads into a large room filled with wooden bunk beds. There are arrow slits in the northwest and south walls, looking down onto the center area of the prison. Foot lockers and armor racks accompany each bed. The spiral stairs continue up past the door as you stop there at the spiral staircase. As you get up. So we have that section, and she points over to the east section, is all of our new recruits, and we just kind of rotate. The oldest recruits are to the south, and then when they leave, the new recruits will get the south bunks and so on and so forth. We just rotate out that way. So you guys are all in the east. In your lockers themselves are your cold weather gear, the armor stand. There is a badge that you can put on, and that'll let you go through the doors when your hours are permitting. The only time, like I said, that you won't be able to go through the doors is when you should be asleep or in here. Any other questions?
Yes, ma'am. Do the small step forward again. Are there any prisoners that we should take extra caution with? I know that they're all dangerous or they wouldn't be here, but are there any ones that have been given the guards more trouble than usual?
Let's see. There is... Well, one thing that comes off the top of my head is Prisoner 6. Prisoner 6 is a prisoner that is in here for conspiring to kill a noble family. He does tend to give the guards kind of a little bit of trouble. And Prisoner 200. I wouldn't be able to list the crimes that Prisoner 200's done. Both of them are in here for life sentences. Other than that, Prisoner 13 you might want to watch out for sometimes. She doesn't give too much trouble. She keeps her head low most of the time. But if you say the right things and rile her up, she will potentially throw a punch or two. So watch out. Just don't. I don't know. I don't know exactly what makes her set off, but just be careful is all. I know it's most of you guys. This is your new guard duty here. So as far as prisoners go, we escort them to the mess hall, the courtyard for exercise. Daily they go and they bring out waste buckets to the privy. And also they do some cleaning up in the mess hall. That's our escort duties for the prisoners. Any other questions before I let you look through your barracks and get ready for your first assigned duties?
No, ma'am.
Okay, good to hear. So you're able to get your jacket, and you're able to get your cold weather gear in case you're going out.
Are
Now
the
we're
badges numbered or named in any way? Now that we have them?
No, they're not.
I was just curious if, like, all of a sudden we've been had. If there was a way for them to know
That you aren't that person.
that, like, well, like, let's say we're making a break for it. We're trying to escape, and they're like, shut off badge 35.
No, actually they would. No, they're not numbered or named or anything.
Okay.
There's like a blank spot in the badge for the name, like they would go through the rest of orientation, then put your name on there, kind
Gotcha.
of thing. Well, I guess not put your name, but put a number assigned, because they do have to have a way of shutting
All I'm
down.
getting
or
at is
keeping track of who's who.
Eventually, when shit hits the fan, I kind of want a sleight of hand and switch badges with somebody.
I guess there is kind of name tags now that I'm thinking about it, because the badge has to have some identifying mark to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, you'll have
So-
names on them eventually.
Someday, at some point when we're here, and obviously not right now, I would considering swapping badges. Like it sounds like they're identified, but not in a way that's readily observable to the guard themselves. 'Cause it doesn't say Jensen Axborn on it. It just has a number, right?
You would have your initials and a number, at
Gotcha.
least. Yeah. But because, yeah, you would have the initials and the number once you're through orientation and everything.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so over to the cooks. You guys are walked towards the cook area. The guards leave you at the door. You see a couple cooks in the kitchen, and you see. Let me get you a good description. You see a human that is a little bit on the larger side, with a chef's hat, and he actually greets you all with a smile. The six of you, as they come in, it's like, welcome to Revel's End. Always happy to see some fresh faces, have some new cooks, some new ideas. Well, welcome. Hope everyone had an okay trip over.
Yes, accommodations were adequate considering it was a rowboat of sorts.
Well, I mean, it wasn't a rowboat, it was a ship.
Something
like a tiny
rowed,
boat.
I heard it.
Sure, but like, it was a tiny, that's, sure.
I didn't say small. You inferred it.
You're correct. I did. My apologies. So yeah, we're gonna get you guys all situated. You guys will all have your bunk. You'll have all of your accommodations that you'll need. You'll have all of everything good to go. These rooms over to the side here, when you're off duty, will be where your bunks are. There's a nice little accommodations for you in there, off to the side over here. And yeah, that'll be that. Can I get everyone's name just to get everything all situated?
Ruby Rhythms.
Ruby Rhythms.
Mornstar.
Interesting name for a cook. You'll have to tell me about your story at some point, but not now. We are doing orientation at the moment. I'll make sure to talk to you. I like to get to know my cooks, if at all possible. And you, Deep Gnome.
Have you ever heard of the name Boop Snoop McBooplestoot? I couldn't do it. Of the McBooplestoots.
First of his name.
That's just a D20. This is no.
The first
I've
of his
not.
name makes it so much worse.
I've never heard of anyone by that name.
Well, you stand before him right now.
Especially because it's first of your name. How would I hear it? Okay, can we
Taking questions today.
can we just do initials on that for the badge?
I really prefer to be called the full Boop Stoop McBooplestooot.
That's okay, but I can't fit that on.
I can write very small and very tactile if you let me write his name on the badge.
Sure, That's fine because I can't fit that in.
Thank
at
you.
all.
That means a great deal to me.
Okay. So what's everyone's cooking experiences like? Let me know what you can do, what I have to teach you. But this is relatively simple food. We have a very set meal we do every day. I am open to the occasional idea. I have the list of ingredients of what we have. If you can think of anything fancy to do, let me know.
I'll take the entire list.
Okay. We have a lot of wolf steaks. We have cabbages. We have potatoes.
Wolf steak.
We're a little bit limited on spices because those are very hard to get out to Rebel's End. We have carrots, turnips. We have the occasional ice salamander.
Ice salamander. Do we have that on hand now? It's very important. Accuracy is key.
That should be coming in tomorrow. We have some hunters that go out and grab that.
Okay.
Let's see. anything
Potatoes,
else we have at the
cabbage,
moment?
limited spices, carrots, turnips.
That's what we
wolf
have at
steak.
the moment.
Sounds like we're eating Irish.
I'll have to check the shipment that just came in to know exactly what we got. They don't always send me the exact things that I want in the shipment. Once I check the shipment, I'll make sure to give you a full list.
I can't wait to hear what ChatGPT comes up with her recipe.
So, after considering everything you've told me, how about the wolf steak and a garlic and herb rub served with mashed potatoes, sauteed cabbage, and maybe carrots and turnip put together in a side?
Sure.
We would need
do
one
that.
wolf steak, salt and pepper, 2 cloves of garlic mince, 1 tablespoon of fresh thyme, 1 tablespoon of rosemary, 4 to 5 potatoes per person, 1 head of cabbage, 2 carrots peeled and sliced, 2 turnips peeled and sliced, 2 tablespoons of butter, a 1/4 cup of milk, and olive oil. I
Sure.
can provide detailed and prep instructions
don't-
when needed.
Think we have olive oil. Can any other oil do?
It will affect the flavor, but I will make do.
Okay. Okay. We can definitely have that. Very creative cook. Good to know. Sure. Anyone else? Any ideas or anything? The other cooks just kind of like they kind of step back because they're like amazed at like, whoa, the creativity.
I only have experience making cookware, so I'm hoping to learn how to use some of it more regularly.
You should make kimchi. Make kimchi. You'd say you make kimchi crocs all the time.
I make kimchi crocs all the time.
We'll have to work with that. We'll have to teach you how to. We'll definitely teach you how to cook some things. Maybe if I can get some raw materials, we can have you make us some cookware potentially. We're running a little bit low recently. We could find a use for that skill. But yeah,
I'm sure I can give you some at a pretty good discount.
you guys will mostly be here. We clean up the mess hall. There's not much. Not much else though. We go to the mess hall. We sometimes bring the food to the counselors themselves. Actually, no, that hasn't happened in a couple of years. We haven't brought the food to the counselors. They usually just come and eat in the mess hall at this point. It was considered inefficient by the warden. Yeah, mostly this will be what you see.
So
You can always go with a guard around the prison potentially, just to like, stretch your legs. We don't want to keep you completely locked up, or completely in this section. But there's a lot of cooking that has to be done and a lot of cleanup and whatnot.
just for reference, when it comes time to write the name on the name tag, I realize very quickly there's no name, his full name. There's no way the full name will fit, so I just write Boopsy. That way you have to correct everybody.
What's the counter up to, by the way?
18.
My man.
My man. Okay. So yeah, so specifically for the first day, the cooks are assigned to cook. unless there is, well, actually, no. So we'll say, okay, you guys are, that's great. That number was great. This makes this a lot easier. Rayton and also Jasu are assigned to the northern, your entrance barracks. Your entrance guard room that you guys came in originally. So
Are these guys hanging out in there and then getting pulled out for patrol, or are we just in that room waiting?
So yeah, you can come down to the surveillance area, and then like you have a like, so you have guard room north. The way it works is you have guard room north for you'll be learning the ropes of sitting there and watching out the arrow slits. There's not a crazy amount of things to do for a certain amount of time, and then underneath that for a schedule you'll have your second schedules. I'm just going to do you two with your schedules together. Is also guard room north. You have a double shift in guard room north.
Huzzah. Is there an officer in guard room north?
There are other guards. There's no specific officer. There's
I'm just curious, who handed us the schedule?
Oh, the head of of all of the guards would have came in. And
Yeah,
you guys.
I mean, obviously the warden didn't do it. I was just like,
No. Yeah, that was just the head of the guards that you had already talked to.
I was just going to say if I can make a recommendation to the officer that helped.
So she would go up and say, yeah. She would say, so here are your schedules for the day. You see everything is all spread out. I'm very sorry if you have a double shift somewhere. It's just kind of how it ends up being. First times we like to kind of give you a double shift to kind of get used to what you'll be doing and whatnot.
Ma'am, may I make a comment?
Go ahead.
I have no problem taking my shift in guard room north, nor do I have a problem with taking double shift. Just as a monk, I'm more suited to patrol. I'm not the best at distance.
A persuasion check.
Alrighty. No.
I do understand that you're more suited up there, but you're a newcomer. I'd much rather have you stick to the schedule, and that's kind of how we do things around here.
Roger
stick to
that,
the
ma'am.
schedule and go up to the north. That and yeah. So that'll be you. That'll be Greg. That'll be Clem. Was that the name that you chose as your
Callum.
secondary name?
Callum.
Clem.
Still Clemmy, and I slap him right on the back. Double shifts, huh?
Well, yeah, so Callum will be up there. Rest will be some people on patrol. There will be you'll all be stationed with guards that have done this before. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. I'll be doing my normal, mostly surveilling and then doing a patrol. I'll make sure to stop by everyone's area. I usually go around the prison just to check up on everything. And you guys actually have free movement. You know exactly where the north guard door is. And at the same time, while you guys are going over there, the cooks are just in the kitchen.
Does anybody else go out the door with us?
Yeah, so a couple of the guards actually need to make copies.
I'm gonna. Can we move? Oh, can we move? Free move yet?
Yeah, you got free move.
So as you move the group, I'm just going to move one to the right, as we're probably a big group.
Yeah.
Because I want just a little bit more vision to the right. But I can't. I'm not going like 15 feet, right?
Right. Is Callum following, or is Callum?
Yes, but also,
The head guard is still there if you want to talk, or any of the other guards.
I mean, it's probably on the schedule. How long is each shift?
Okay, so each shift, so you guys sleep for 8 hours. You do two. You usually end up doing 6-hour shift, a break, and then 6 hours. Or
In the World Wars, they would not have sentries go beyond 3 hours. Just as a reference. That doesn't mean that they wouldn't do other things, but to keep people fresh, it was important that they didn't go beyond 3 hours. That might be different than other positions. So like guard towers might only be shorter shifts. Because you physically can't pay attention that long.
Guard shifts. You work 8-hour shifts. Oh, okay. So you work 1 8-hour shift. It is just how that is. And then you go off duty for 8 hours. Or you go off duty for
16.
16. Yeah. Where you're able to go freely for a while, and then when it's supposed to be nap time before your shift, you're supposed to go back to your bunk.
Then you go nap.
Actually you have some free time. You have 8 hours of free time to go like eat. Yeah. And whatnot.
I'm assuming
But
there's a
you're
lunch
on
in
duty
there,
for
or
8
do we eat during our duty?
So you could eat
food
during
brought
your
to us?
duty. Food would be, well, no, because the kitchen staff stays. You have an 8-hour shift where you just work for 8 hours. So I guess you would probably pick up food beforehand, get time to go to the mess hall, pick up food, and then eat it, and then you'd go do your 8-hour shift. Because yeah, people don't come and bring you food. You guys go eat in the mess hall if you're going to do anything, or bring your own food to where you are.
Yeah. When I get to here, do I feel anything from the anti-magic barrier that's in that cell?
No, you're not, because you're not in the cell itself. You don't feel anything.
Gotcha.
It is confined to that cell specifically.
Are cantrips observable?
Anything with verbal and somatic components. Yeah, so any spell actually, because one of them you have to have one or the other.
Cantrip, small, medium of fleece, 1 action, 5 feet cubed, 1 minute. You create a sound or an image. It's
So it's somatic. If you're looking at minor illusion, S means somatic,
Yeah.
M means material. So somatic is hand motions.
okay. So somebody would see the hand motion.
Yeah.
Never mind then.
Now it's possible they're not looking.
Yeah.
I was just curious
You
if we
pick a
can
good,
cast.
a proper time.
I was just curious if I cast. Was tempted to cast into the unoccupied cell to make an illusion to see if it would work from the exterior or if it's all magic, whether you're in there or targeting in there. Like hypothetically, if you threw a fireball into that cell, the second it crossed the bars, would it just dispel? That's what I wanted to figure out, but it doesn't matter. Right now there's a half dozen guards walking with me. I don't want to get caught doing this.
Okay. So yeah, everyone walks over. The rest of the guards go down the hallway up to the area. Callum also, I imagine, unless Callum wants to do anything.
Oh, we're controlling ourselves. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Everyone's going up.
The door works.
Yes. Both those doors you're able to go through just fine.
Now, do I have to open the door myself normally, or does it just go when I walk towards it, like when I'm at a grocery store and everything's
So you have to
automated?
open it normally, like you push
Okay.
on the door. Hey, and in your little area, you have your guard duty, with you and a bunch of guards. Some of the other guards leave. They're like, thanks. But one of them stays behind to kind of show you the ropes and whatnot.
All right,
do a
where
little
should we
train
be
up.
standing?
Well, if you go, make sure to stand. At least have a couple of you guys near the arrow slits, just to make sure that no one's coming in the prison. In case anything happens, people might come in the front. Well, we don't really have visitors or anything, but there is the occasional visiting hours that'll happen. I don't think we have anything on the schedule for today, but we let the people in. That's kind of the Northern Guard duty.
This, sorry, I'm just walking around. It's interesting that this map doesn't have, there are no visual slits in the walls.
Correct. It's weird, but yeah, there are arrow slits throughout the entire.
Okay. And they're all exterior arrow slits. There's nothing like.
There's nothing from here into the center patrol route. No.
And we can't. I mean, I know that the door is open so we can see, but we can't physically see the hallway when the door is shut, can we?
Correct.
That's interesting. So that's good news. So mentally, I know that if we're trying to escape, even if there's a shitload of guards in here, if we're quiet going through this hallway, they have no idea until we get outside. I assume that's. God, it's hard to do. All of the little stones, the little V marks, are the arrow slits, or
Some of them are. Most of them are. Yeah. There's not every single one of them is, because there's not that many arrow slits.
But you like right here, everybody has full vision.
Yeah.
It's just right here there might be some blocks, but we're never going to be right there.
Right.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like, if we just stand at the arrow slits, if your eyes are getting tired, there's a couple chairs in here, sit back, take a little bit of a nap. Don't let the warden see you or anything while you're napping because you're on duty, but 8-hour shifts are long shifts.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Any questions from the new folks? Anyone have anything you'd like to ask?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
we
go.
need to use the privy.
Oh, well, yeah. You should be good to get through to the privy. Yeah. If you're ever
Meals and
off,
coffee
if you're ever off duty, like you're sleeping, and you have to go to the bathroom, just ask one of the guards. They'll be able to take you there.
All right, so it
That
is
are on
locked.
duty.
for us.
It is locked when you're off. Right now, as far as you guys should be good to go to the privy. If you're like walking around the center doing nothing, and the guard patrol catches you, that might be a little bit suspicious. But if you're going to the privy and you got a purpose, just make your way there. It's not that we're gonna make it so that you can't use the bathroom.
Are coffee and meals brought to us, or are we here without provisions for 8 hours?
Sadly, we're here for 8 hours, and then we go to the mess hall and usually eat a lot of food. Speaking of which, I am famished. And
You're starting your shift famished?
Well, no, this is the older guy who had stayed there. You were told to show you the ropes. And he's like,
Are we relieving him?
yeah, you're relieving him, and you relieved a couple other guys. I'm gonna head over to the mess hall right now. You guys should be okay. It's pretty simple duty. Nothing really crazy happens. As far as like, we run a tight ship. We make sure that everything's okay. But I haven't seen action here, and I've been doing this. I'm actually out next shift or next rotation. So when that happens,
Why would you tell us that? That guy is going to be the first one to die, and we're going to feel bad because he'd done his full tour.
that's right. And then the door closes behind you, and
So
you hear
is it-
footsteps down the hallway and away.
Are there any senior members in here, or is it?
No, so it's actually all new people at this point. He gave you the rundown watch. He said there's nothing on the schedule for today, so there shouldn't be anything that happens, but you never know. And yeah. So that happens. You do have a relatively uneventful time. You can feel free to talk to any of the other people. Greg's there, Definto's best friend. If you'd like to, or you can just spend the rest of your shift. I mean, nothing would happen in the 8 hours.
Raven is trying to keep as low a profile as possible. Start realizing that it may be like a couple days before they get a good shot at this.
Right. So that's totally, you're more than welcome to do the guard portion and just say like it's over. We'll do the chef portion for a little bit, and then we'll say that you guys are.
I'm gonna do a little bit of social engineering, and
Okay.
I'm going to let the other guards know. It's like, guys, I get it. I only need to trance sleep. If anybody wants to nap, I'll take first watch. We're looking.
No,
we're looking at water.
I'm gonna be honest. I feel great. We slept well last night, thanks to our friend.
This is a new night. Isn't this a new
The day
night?
after. This is the day after you guys landed.
Yeah. So we.
So I guess like he's still living off that. He slept really well the last 2 nights. Like, I mean, thanks. I appreciate it. I'm gonna maybe tomorrow we'll take you up on that one. But we're gonna stay and watch. We're gonna make an impression. We're gonna show them you know how to be guards.
Fair.
And yeah.
Are there any armaments in this room, or did they just send us in here with no ranged weapons?
So you have the ranged weapon, like you're a guard, so you're allowed to keep one weapon on you. So if you have a ranged weapon, like there are arrows,
I have darts.
you guys would have you'd have your darts and whatnot, whatever you're proficient in as far as ranged weapon goes. Like the wizard would have their spellcasting book because they would know that you would need that, whatever your focus is. So you're able to keep the weapons that are on you as guards.
What do our other two compatriots have for equipment?
Let's see. They're both. They both have a long sword, a short sword on their belt, and they also have a crossbow around behind their back.
Those fucking hurt.
A heavy crossbow, to be exact. It's a large.
Oh, those hurt a lot more.
Okay. So that's that. You guys spend the rest of your day in your guard thing. Everyone, the cooks wake up in the morning. The head chef goes over to Definto and says, "You guys, if you're ready to make your recipe sounded really good. We'll push that out this morning. Get to go on that. You think we can do that all good? All set?
Yeah.
Can you show us the ropes as far as how to make it to start? Can you give me a good look at what it should be?"
For sure, yeah. I go over and take the temperature of the oven to make sure
Okay.
that it's correct.
It is
Because I don't know if they have a thermometer or not. But
I mean, it's definitely around where it should be. It's not like pinpoint
Yeah.
accurate, but it's
that's okay.
pretty damn close.
While he's checking that, do you have any additional name tags that you could, like multiple, or is it just the one per?
I could see if I could find another name tag. I do see that that's not your name that's written on there.
His name won't fit. It's impossible. There's not enough space on the name tag unless you write outside the line, and then I point to exactly where the line is, which would also be improper, and then it wouldn't fit policy.
I'm sure between two name tags you could fit Boop Snoop on one and Mix Booplestoot on the other, is all I'm saying.
You only have 4 names. Egad.
We have to have an extra name tag somewhere. I'll go head out to the warehouse.
Okay, thank you. And I do need this one erased as well, because it says is Boopsy on it, and that's just not.
Sure. I'll go out.
My name is Boopstoot McBooplestoot, not Boopsy.
If your fucking weird name thing is what gets us an extra door opener,
Yeah, and I'll go right out there. Definto seems like he knows what he's doing.
I'm already over at the counter with my small bowl mixing together the minced garlic, thyme, and rosemary to make the rub for the wolf steak.
I'm gonna mark the head cook with a sign just so everyone knows that that's the head cook. And then he closes the door behind him and goes on his duties. Do a performance check. We're gonna call cooking performance. Yeah, Definto.
Yes!
It's a really good steak. You really show them how it's done. It's delicious. You make it perfect. You make a large amount of it too, because it's for like the whole day of the prison staff and whatnot. You make some really good stuff. You actually hear some of the guards be like, "Wow, who made this?" While you bring it out, you can bring it out to the mess hall. So like this door down here, down there would be open during service.
Are any of our buddies in the mess hall?
No, your buddies are currently up at North Watch duty. You can keep bringing it out back and forth during the day because you also have an 8-hour shift.
Is it possible to just position myself here?
So I can see
Yeah.
both. Like,
Sure.
I'm actually going back and forth, but like so that I can see the things on the map.
Sure.
Okay.
So you do position yourself there. Over time, the head cook ends up making his entire way back. I don't really need to make him make the rounds, but I'm doing it just for the heck of it. The guard tower, the north guard would actually hear the occasional footstep coming down through the patrol area during the day. You'd hear when the patrols come out every 20 minutes. You'd hear the patrols.
they come into our area.
There is a patrol that comes up to your area, yeah. So every once in a while you'll see a door come through. Patrol comes in.
Did you say every 20 minutes?
Yeah, so it's a 20-minute rotation.
Is it different people every 20 minutes?
No, so the patrol ends up being the same for the 8-hour shift. They take time.
So we can infer that to loop the entire hexagon is 20 minutes.
Yeah, they take their time for the patrol for sure.
Yeah, and there's not a second crew, so like once you see somebody pass by, it's 20 minutes before somebody would pass by again.
Yeah, because you have an 8-hour shift for patrol.
Yeah.
And you actually, as you go in, as two of them go in, they greet you and they're like, "Yo, hope everything's going okay out here. We're switching things up a little bit. So we're just things up a little bit soon for a little more efficiency's sake. We're gonna start rotating out just so you guys can get a little bit of a walk. We're gonna start doing switching up the patrol just a little bit. Some people who are guarding the north tower or the north area is gonna go on patrol to the south and then come back around. That way, we're not walking constantly and you're not sitting still constantly. So duty is now going to be guard north, south, and patrol all lumped into one. So just a heads up. We're actually going to be
So like, both the north and south guards are going to.
they're going to start rotating. So the guards north and south are going to also be the patrol people. So like every 20 minutes, you'll have two people leave and go down to the south, then sit there for a while, and then kind of rotate back.
So
Because there's sets of 4 in each, so it's 8
So
people total.
if Callum and I are the guards, we will go from our room clockwise or counterclockwise down to the south.
Yeah,
Do we know if it's clockwise or counterclockwise?
you know that it is clockwise.
Okay, so based on the map, we would leave our thing, take a left-hand turn to go to the east. Then we would pop into the courtyard.
Yep.
Then we would pop into the armory. And then
North
we would
Tower has the 2 extra control courtyard and armory spots.
And while that's happening, somebody from South Station would be going left around the hexagon straight to our station.
Yep. So it's like a twist normally.
Or is it that they meet us and then we switch off?
Oh, so they meet you and then you switch off. So it's not like someone's constantly going around the circle. It's every
Gotcha.
switch off people as you meet. Then you go around to your side. They'll go around their side, then meet you, then you go around to your side. And that's one full rotation. Then it'll stop for 20 minutes. Then it'll it's not like there's guards constantly patrolling.
Gotcha.
It's that there's the shifts that happen.
So did they just show up for 2 of us to leave?
Yeah,
So,
so actually-
I looked at Column as like, we hit it off on the boat. You want to take first run with me? If you guys don't mind.
Sure, any 2 of you that want to go around.
Game.
It is right. So you guys are going to go clockwise. You're just going to follow the outside. Go peek into the courtyard, see if there's anything happening there. Peek into the armory, make sure there's nothing happening in there. And then go to south.
All right.
I'm so tempted to open up the hospital door just to see. But maybe not the first time.
But yeah. So you're able to get your way. And do your little patrol route.
So this outside walls of the cells we can look into. It's transparent.
No, so the front part of you can't look into the cell. That's the front part. That's the.
Then I misunderstood that.
Do you need to add a torch to your person? I imagine guards can have torches.
Well, you guys, it's fully lit inside. Like you can see just fine.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's just the cells that aren't.
Yeah, the cells aren't lit.
I have dark vision, so I'm always confused at what people can and cannot see.
Gotcha. So you go around the hexagon.
Around the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's no one around us. Do I detect any listening? Does this game have listening devices? I have no idea.
You don't
Scrying
detect.
sensors, yeah.
There are such things as scrying sensors. You haven't had to. Usually they make you make a check, which you wouldn't know that, but you haven't had to make any checks or anything.
Would have told us as guards.
Yeah, they're.
What I was gonna whisper to
watched.
Column is that these corridors are quite tight. Their numbers don't count as much as we initially feared.
Still 70 guards, that's quite a bit.
Yeah, but if we had to in an escape situation, I think that it's doable.
So out in the courtyard, you see another tower across the way.
Is this
out there
person supposed to be there?
Yeah, out there you actually see a goblin, just kind of working away in the courtyard.
Why can I only see like a sliver of the court?
It's not lit.
Courtyard is not lit.
Oh,
Yeah,
but it's daytime?
there is. You're in the very far. Imagine Alaska.
Sure, is it winter?
Yeah. Oh, it's definitely winters in Revel. Like
I'm gonna
Okay.
I'm gonna walk up to the goblin, and I'm gonna motion to Column to walk up to the goblin.
Goblin's just kind of walking away. Or, sorry, not walking away, but working away.
Is he in prisoner's uniform?
Yeah, he's in prisoner's uniform. He has some manacles. You actually can see, you see up. You can see that there's a tower that's up where the ladders are to the upper right hand corner. You see that there's some arrow slits there.
And I know
Looking
from
into the
our
courtyard.
rotation that we're not meant to go into the tower. I'm just gonna check in with the goblin. Prisoner number and purpose for the being in the courtyard.
Prisoner 131. I'm just doing my daily exercises. That's all.
Carry on,
Hey,
unless Callum has anything.
That's all. Just
Is he literally just like cleaning?
he's doing. There's some various basic exercise equipment. So what you would imagine, similar to like a prisoner as far as like barbells and whatnot. Because is that he does like you saw him do like a little bit of it. He also is kind of walking. He walked up to you, but he was walking around a little bit, just trying to like stretch his
Right.
legs.
As they turn, good form, and turns and follows.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
What do these doors open out into the hallway or into the spaces?
They open into the spaces.
Okay.
Yeah, because the hallway's a little bit too small for
They
the
are.
doors to really, yeah.
I was just really hoping that we could start barricading doors so that people couldn't leave.
Oh, and yeah, you do the little bit of the rest of your route while the kitchen's doing their thing. Boop Snoop would have his second name tag, and the chef just like, if you'd like to write your own name on it. I'm not sure. I'm 100% sure how to spell that.
I can handle that, or I can tell you, whichever you prefer. I don't know what the protocol is.
You can. I mean, we've never had anyone with this long of a name. And
It's
as you
an
guys,
impossible task.
We can pause right here so you can deal with the kitchen.
yeah, out of the kitchen. Yeah, I'd rather have you write it with the two name tags. I don't know exactly how it's spelt and how all that's done.
All right, take the two name tags from him. Grab a pen from him or somewhere. Start writing up. Boob Snoop. Now the second one, McBooplestoot.
I think at this point we're just lucky it's not the word hyphen spelled out.
See, I didn't know if that was. I don't know. That should no.
And I will put the name tags next to each other on me. Thank you, that means a lot.
Hello, my name is. Boop Snoop McDooplestoot.
That's Booplestoot.
Booplestoot. Your handwriting is terrible.
It is. It is truly awful.
So the two of you that go into the armory, you notice there's a lot of weapons along the wall. In the center of it looks like a floating head that turns around to you with a floating head with one large central eye and 4 eye stalks. Turns around to you, gives you a little nod, turns back as it stands guard.
I was just gonna say, status of the armory.
It just telepathically communicates all good. Or sorry, all good.
Is this one of the things that attacked us in the
Yeah, it's Spectator. You faced one
Yeah.
of them in another campaign.
yeah. Well, I didn't. Three of my
Sorry.
compatriots did. I
That's true.
was invisible way off.
Yeah,
The looker.
the looker, many eyes. The not as scary looker. He's not quite a sight to behold.
Yeah.
I give Callum a nod and see if he is good in here.
Callum is like really examining this creature, like a little bit lost in thought. I would say, once he notices Jouster looking at him, but he would not notice.
Okay. Yeah, the spectator doesn't turn around or anything.
Yeah, you walk out the door. It's like, oh, yes, carry on.
Gotcha. And the door closes behind you. And you're able to do the rest of your...
Do
your
we
character
close the
duties.
door, or do the doors just close?
The doors just kind of close behind you as you go through them. It's like they're meant to, because you have to push it open and then hold it open. It's one of those like stiffer doors.
Yep.
So it kind of behind you. So yeah. As you're doing the rest of your walkie thing, the kitchen's doing their normal stuff.
So we need some excuse to go. Well,
While we're walking down this hallway, I was also going to tell Callum, it's like, another weakness I'm seeing is there's only one patrol on one physical patrol on at a time around the hexagon. Means that if we see them walk past, we know we have 20 minutes.
yeah, they're so punctual. Yeah.
The hard part is there seems to be consistent eyes inside of the Panopticon. Makes sense.
We need to figure out when Prisoner 13 is out in the courtyard.
My vote is
We check in on the courtyard every time we're on patrol.
well.
We are seen talking to every prisoner. Not
My vote is still having our cooks give prisoner 13 food poisoning and maybe doing a personalized visit to the hospital. We are normally stationed apparently in Guard Station North after all. It's right across from the hospital.
Well, we have three possible details that will put us in proximity to the North Guard Station. Whether we're there, Guard Station South, and then go on patrol and end up in North, or if we are just assigned to patrol.
Catch him in the courtyard, yeah. Anyway, this is us here. We're about to be stationed back on duty on Guard Station South.
It's actually it's a perfect mirror. Doors open up. There's actually one more guard in here. And as you go in there, like, so you're here from the control. Everything go okay out there?
Yeah.
Everything's ship shape. We're here to relieve two of you.
Okay. We'll be heading out. They go and do their thing. It is a perfect mirror of Guard Station North.
There's a door in here though.
Oh,
The only thing is that is one of the ways into the mess hall. The prisoners are actually led through Guard Station South into the mess hall. That is your entrance.
Do these guys look like they've been stationed here for a long time, or are these also newbies down
They look
here?
like they're both newbies, yeah. Again, like the newbies seem to have been put on the easier duty of just watching when there's not supposed to be anything happening that day. So yeah.
Any activity down here in the south? Nothing's been going on in the north.
No, we haven't really found anything at all today. It's just supposed to be, I mean, what I heard is south activity is even less than north activity, because this is just the southern gate. Who's going to be crazy enough to approach by the terrible tundra that is around us? There's an old gnome that's saying this.
I'm so tempted to say Hannibal. It doesn't make sense for D&D though.
But yeah, nothing as usual. I was hoping to get a little action, you know, maybe be on prisoner guard duty or something like that. And here I am, normal guard duty.
I feel you there, brother. You guys get any luck with getting coffee or meals delivered, being this close to the mess, or is it still
if you
8 hours with
want
no
to,
reprieve?
if you want to, you can just. That's actually probably one of the reasons that they allowed the patrols now from the north and the south. We can grab a meal right now if you'd like. We're right here. No one's gonna get on your case because you're just gonna go grab a meal. Just Just be quick about it, you know. Just
All right.
easy
Are
stuff.
they implying it one of us at a time, or can Callum and I both go?
You can both try. I mean, you can totally both go if you'd like.
I'll go up to. Well, sorry, Callum, you're a better talker than I am. I don't know our stats. Do you want to relay basically what we saw to?
So-
Oh, like after, when we go into the mess, like try to catch the attention of.
Well, basically, we want to meet up with our two buddies. I mean, not only so that we can eat, one of us, but so we can say, okay, you know, there's 20-minute rotations. There are 4 guards at each tower, north and south.
I might be able to do you one better. No, I got rid of it.
JK.
Dang it. Yeah, so we go into the, yeah, sure. It's like, yeah, I'm feeling a little peckish. Yeah, let's grab a quick bite. Like, 5-10 minutes shouldn't take us long. We'll be right back.
Yeah. Dude, when he says we,
Go
do the
for
other
it.
guards look weird at all?
No. There's
Okay,
like you
then.
back in time. The 2 of you gone. You should have enough time.
Yeah, we were up there in the North Guard Station for a little bit, so.
Yeah. You guys should be okay. Just don't.
You
let it
guys
take
want
forever
anything?
in there or
Cup of
anything.
coffee or anything?
No, we've already eaten. It's fine. I appreciate it though. Thanks for the offer. We'll just sit here bored, looking out the arrow slits. No one's ever gonna come by, but here we are.
I feel you there. What races and what do I have an idea of what classes they are just from what they're carrying?
They all carry the same. Oddly enough, you guys all can be different, but they're all carrying the same equipment.
For consistency's sake, they're all fighters.
Pretty much. Gnome and the other one is a halfling, so they're both actually short.
Gnome and a
Little
halfling.
short guys, yeah.
Okay.
They actually have little chairs they stand up on and look out the arrow slits because they're not gnome or halfling size.
All right, we'll be back in 5 to 10.
Yeah, sounds good. Eat up. I heard it's really good grub in there today. There's one guard that's in there, just kind of eating away, and you can see at the door Definto.
Oh yeah.
Hey, chef, what's on the menu today?
Today we are having wolf steak prepared impeccably by myself and the rest of the staff.
We'll take 2 wolf steaks and 2 coffees to go, and then I mutter, it's 20-minute rotations on the circular patrols. 4 guards stationed in the north, 4 guards stationed on the south. They rotate out. On patrols.
Do prisoners ever come to the mess hall?
Not sure yet. It sounds like they get brought in through the southern guard station when it's mealtime.
Stealth
I'll
check to
have
see
to-
how well.
I'm gonna walk
do it.
over as I see them. I mean, yeah, go through that obviously, but as I see them talking, I am going to walk over and be on the lookout for people eavesdropping.
I mean, that guy is 70 feet away.
It's a long way, but there's also cooks in the kitchen. I mean, like this guy is probably like over
And
here. and
I'm
this
also
guy's
gonna
like-
stay a bit louder.
Is that door not closed?
No, it's
No,
open.
he's been going back and forth between it. There's also a guard tower right next to you. That's one of the guard towers that were on the map through that wall.
Then I
And
would
they can
say
hear us up in the air?
I mean, they might not all
Is
be
there,
up
not,
the
is, there
guard
not
tower.
is there not a ceiling in the mess hall?
I just would say do a stealth check and let me see what we're looking at here. Then I can tell you exactly what happens.
21, nothing happens. You haven't said anything conveniently. You could be as conspicuous as you want.
You're good. No one seems to hear you.
and I say a bit louder. I'll have to check on that coffee. That wasn't an ingredient I was told I had.
Listen, it's prison. There's coffee. What are you gonna trade for shivs if
I
not coffee?
I look back for the head chef. Is he around?
Yeah, he's back there. Yeah, he's
Oh,
cooking
there he
away.
is. Okay. I'm like, do we have coffee?
That's a bit of a luxury. I don't think I can get you coffee.
Tea?
I'll have to double check the shipment, but I
Tea.
haven't seen anything.
The
I mean,
guards are
tea,
looking for
sure.
something to warm the soul.
No, we can do some tea. We have various teas around here.
I
Winterberry
have
tea.
tea.
Make tea. You call them dwarves drink tea?
My calculations say
teas.
dwarves will drink everything.
Is it made from a rock?
It can be.
Throw a rock in his teeth.
I'll find the shiniest rock I can
Now
on the
that'll
most
hurt.
delectable floor.
They call it lead. It's very shiny.
So as you are talking at the door, a couple of guards come in escorting. A tightly muscled dwarven woman, short-cut red hair, covered in tattoos, collarbone to ankles. Doesn't look extremely happy.
We
Two
really all
guards
should have taken
escorting.
one fucking level of rogue so we could all thieves cant each other.
Right?
Do
That would have been amazing.
all the prisoners probably know thieves can't.
Is it fair to think that I come out with plates as well for potential people eating in the cup of tea, or am I?
You could come up with
Okay.
plates. You actually would hear back
I set
in the
our
kitchen,
food on trays.
The head chef would be like, prisoner 13, we got an inmate, make a meal up for that and the guards, so 3 meals.
I'll come out perfectly balancing the 3 meals, and I'll with the cup
I'm
of
carrying
tea in
the
one
tea.
hand, and I was gonna
No,
be like, yeah. I look at Boople and I'm like,
Can you carry something? I guess. Don't drop it. Be very careful. The guards asked for this specifically.
I frighten it. I'm scared, and I take the tea from him.
Why am I carrying 3 plates? I hand you one of the plates for prisoner 13.
I'm clearly slightly off balance while doing this.
Sure.
And
Oh yeah.
we would come out, give our shit to the dudes, and then I would try to go with Boople to talk to the prisoner. I think.
Sure, you have so if you have the food to bring to the guards.
Would you like to take a survey?
On a scale of
Please
1
fill
to
out
10,
this form.
how is my service?
So yeah, you drop down the food, and the 2 guards that are sitting by she is currently in shackles. It's loose enough to the point where she can eat, but she still is, her arms are still like bound and all of that stuff.
I'm gonna like stand like 10 feet back and just like stare at her uncomfortably.
She looks at the 2 guards and like, you got a special one in this round, don't you?
I just want to know if you like the food. It's my first day and I feel like I'm good at food, but I don't really know if I'm doing a good job because the only people who've given me a compliment so far are the guards, and they're kind of paid friends when you think about it, because we're all here together and there's just this cohesion between us that I don't feel like they'd ever hurt my feelings on purpose.
Talking to 13.
She cuts a piece of the steak off, eats it. Do you have any water to wash this swill down with? Definitely had better before. Try a little bit harder next time.
I always try my best.
Do any of the
It's
guards
not
look a
good
little
enough, that's
peeved?
fine. But this was
that's
my
your-
best, damn it.
If that's your best, then probably should get a better job. Something a
Do
little
any of
bit
the
different
guards
next time.
Do any of the guards look annoyed because we all know this is the best food that's been here in a long time?
So the guards look a little bit surprised, but they kind of are paying her no mind. Like,
How close are the guards to her?
they're a little bit of way. They're about 10 feet.
You should come into this room on the map.
Yeah, you can move freely on the map.
Oh.
It's the bot room below. Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
thinking about
you
that.
had control for a while.
Yeah, you're over here kind of with
You're with him, yeah.
Yeah,
You would
so
have brought
we
the
got guards
yeah,
over
everything.
here.
Thank you. Sorry.
I'm like, I always try my best.
Yeah. That's depressing. I would look for a different job then.
You should find a better hotel.
I mean, I like the accommodations here pretty well, to be honest. Well, I believe that is my meal time.
Are we out of our
Hopefully-
10 minutes?
Tomorrow, yeah, you're around that time. Hopefully tomorrow we have a little bit better food cooked by someone else.
Challenge accepted.
And the two guards come up and they kind of push her. They're a little bit annoyed at her and what she said. They kind of push her out a little aggressively.
I got my arms crossed.
Yeah. If Callum and I aren't supposed to be in here anymore, I'm heading back to the south.
Sure. You're able to
Charming.
follow.
What a charming woman.
Yeah. What
Quite
what
the
rough
opposite.
time is it?
Your guys are coming up on the end of your shifts.
Oh, so she eats at our
shift end.
seventh and a half hour.
Yeah.
So we do like six and a half hours in Tower North, and then do a rotation.
You would tomorrow probably do more rotations. Remember, it was implemented today.
Gotcha.
You would be told about that, but yeah.
But we know that her dinner time is the end of rough
You
in our shift
know that
at the
you
end.
would
of our shift.
end. You would end in South Tower when you'd be in South Tower when she's or South Guard
Gotcha.
Barracks when she's eating dinner,
Provided that we're not shifted to prisoner escort.
which is possible.
I picked the steak off, up off her plate. She wasn't there long enough to eat more than a couple bites.
Yeah.
And I hand a fork to Boople Snoop, like Boople Snoot. And I say, you try this. I don't have any taste buds. There's no way it's bad.
I take a
don't
bite of
believe
the
her.
steak.
I don't believe her.
He rolled great for the performance check, so like it's delicious.
This is quite good. I think she was just giving you a hard time.
That's
I'm
lying.
going to check with the South Guards. It's like prisoner 13's a piece of work. Criticizing the food, that was delicious.
That was some of the
Lying
best
is
steak
wrong.
I've ever had. I know.
Jeez.
Wait a minute. You're not supposed to know that I was watching that happen.
I'm not supposed to know that.
No, like that was he said that because he was eavesdropping. The guard specifically said that. After he said I know. I was like, wait, you're not supposed to know I was eavesdropping. I wasn't doing anything. Don't worry about it.
Hey, it's boring in here. I get it.
It's so boring, right? Hope I get some decent, like maybe prisoner escort. That'd be fun.
Yeah,
That's all I want.
right there with you. Jensen Axborn, by the way, and I go to shake their hand.
Name's Patrick. Most friends call me Pat.
All right, Pat. I almost said Patrick. Friends call
me Pat. Patrick? What? Why?
Listen here, John.
getting too chummy.
But yeah, it's boring here. But we're almost done. We get once we're there, we can kind of hang out in the mess hall for a little bit. You know, go maybe try and take a bathroom break. I've been down here for a little while.
Is there a guards canteen, unofficial so to speak? It seems like there's not a great place to relieve any stress from guard duty around here.
No, actually, no. Believe it or not, as far as I've been able to tell, I'm new here as well, but everything I've been able to tell, there's no guards canteen or anything.
Out of curiosity, where do the guards sleep? Or is that
So they're on barracks. Yeah, it's the first floor. I guess the second floor.
He didn't want to teleport us so that we didn't get zoomed through the map, but the level up in the Panopticon is
Tower level
is
1 is the barracks
Yeah.
where you sleep. Yeah.
So if you look at the map, Tower level 1 is like European floor 1, where it's actually the second floor.
Oh yeah, no, okay, I got you.
I'm
So there's no
assuming
basement.
you guys are leaving soon. So before you leave, I'm gonna say specifically to. Well,
I'm already in South Tower because we were.
I was gonna say
left.
they technically already left.
Yeah.
Oh jeez. Before you left, can we retcon that I asked you to come let me stretch my legs tomorrow when you're on patrol? To be my escort, to stretch my legs like they said we could do?
Yes,
You're on patrol, like wouldn't you? Yes, maybe. No,
To do
When
the
we-
lap with you?
I don't know. Is the answer?
We might be able to stop halfway, pull you out of the kitchen when we get to the.
We could knock on the door in the armory and you could walk with us from the armory to the South Tower. I don't know how you would know if we were in the South Tower to come with us.
Well, we were told that we were allowed to leave to stretch our legs, so I assume that, and it said we would need a guard to escort us. So I'm assuming that means that you guys would do that.
What we'll do is one of us will, whenever we're in the South Tower, one of us will run out to grab Chow, and you'll know that we're in here just grabbing snacks, and then you can knock on the door to say I want to go stretch my legs.
Works. Okay. Cool. So I would have had that conversation in front of other guards. I'm like, hey, you guys liked my food. Thank you for that. We're allowed to be escorted around. I'd prefer to be in good company. So
You're saying that we're not good company?
No, it's just these guys expressed verbally to me that they liked my food, so we have a common interest.
And they made us cups of tea specifically for us. The dwarf even got one with lead in it. It's sweet.
No, you're fine. I'm a little bit hurt that you don't think that we're good company, but okay, I guess.
This is the first time you've ever talked to me, good sir.
I said you had good food too. Most of us have come up to you and said you had good food. Prisoner 13's the first one that has it. I'm just gonna leave.
He's got face blindness.
You're the only one that didn't speak up when 13 criticized the food.
And as he walks out, aren't you the eavesdropper?
No, the eavesdropper is in with me. Yeah. I'm actually not in the room. I don't know why I'm shit talking.
Yeah, I don't know why you're shit talking him. We're gonna say that Rafen stayed behind a little bit to hear everything that was told about guard duty, and then the other guy just walks out. I'm done with this. Going back to the barracks.
This is
did you guys volunteer? I was gonna ask the guys in the room. Did you guys volunteer for this position, this post, or were you sent here? It seems like an odd place to request.
Oh, I mean, we were just given guard duty here. We didn't volunteer for it. We wouldn't have requested it. We want patrol, but she said, first day you really shouldn't do prisoner escort.
No, I mean the station in general.
Oh yeah, no, I mean we've done guard duties in some of the other prisons around the world. This is supposed to be one of the top tier, It's good.
So
good
you
resume.
Does D&D know the word resume?
Sure.
It's like the second Lord of the Rings when the orcs say meat's back on the menu. Do they know what a menu is? If they know what a menu is, does Mordor have a restaurant?
Yeah, it might. Who knows? It's a real hot spot because the lava.
So everybody, so what I'm getting at here is mentally is that all the guards here actually want to be here, and it seems like they're all itching for action, and the hard part that they're having is there's not enough action. Yeah. It's not what I want to hear as somebody committing a B&E.
Yeah.
I want to hear a bunch of lazy guards who didn't want to be here, or they were hoping this was an easy post.
I'll be honest with you here. So everyone's shift would end. Was there anything you'd like to do at shift end for the rest of the day? Because you do have a good amount of time to potentially stroll, as long as it's with purpose. Like, you have to go from one place to another. You can't just casually walk the outer ring. You have to walk the outer ring to get to somewhere.
Are guards allowed to use the courtyard for R&R?
You can do a little bit of courtyard stuff, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to ask that.
So if I still have my meal, I'm going to go eat my meal in the courtyard and kind of peep around both the guard towers, who comes out there, and what kind of stuff goes on.
Sure. You're able to do that, A-okay. Anyone else like to do anything during their R&R?
Oh. Before that question, the barracks, do they have windows that look out onto the...
Yes, so the ground floor and the first floor both have arrow slits that look out onto the center. In case anything were to happen, both could actually be armed and you could shoot arrows through them.
How cold is it inside of Revel's End?
Inside, it's heated. It's magically heated.
Oh,
so you're good.
what I was going to I was going to grab Callum and say, you should chill your hands down and go to the hospital wing and peep that out and say that you're worried about getting frostbite. I'll look at the courtyard. You should look at the hospital. We can't just
Okay.
walk in there without a purpose.
I think I got this.
Okay.
And Callum finishes eating and heads over to the hospital.
Sure. I'll pop you down over there. I'll do a little quick fast travel-y thing along where you've seen. Okay,
Yeah, thank
so
God you didn't have to, zoom out.
yeah.
Ooh,
I'm gonna move
perfect.
up.
Yeah.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna walk
You are
myself
you
over
are
to
going
the
through the
courtyard.
center, I guess. So if you want to do anything while you're walking through the center, but yeah, the hospital is up north.
Yeah, just yeah.
Yeah.
Callum goes up to this guard down here and says, "Hey, I hope you don't mind just checking to see which cells are occupied. You know, get an idea of where everyone is."
Oh, sure.
finish my shift. Just want to get a quick, outlay.
Sure. Let's see. Down over. That's a terrible color for this map. Down over here, right by where I am, we have a prisoner. That's going to be prisoner 152.
Does no light penetrate?
No, it's actually it's meant to be kept as dark as possible.
I mean, it seems kind of pointless when there are people like the dwarf who have dark vision.
Yeah. But for people that don't, though.
It sucks for them. They just live in darkness.
They must all have guards who don't have dark vision. This seems poorly.
They could always
thought
take a torch up to the thing if they need to.
You should take a torch with you.
out. Yeah, but that's suspicious because I'm a dwarf.
Yeah, dwarves have dark vision.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wait a minute. You don't get the racial things when you switch?
No.
Nope. I just look like a dwarf. And smell like a dwarf. And I walk like a dwarf, and I talk like a... Okay.
Over.
Wait, which
gotta-
prisoner was that?
So that was 152. This one down here is 299. Up here is another one we have. This is prisoner 200. Watch out for that one. And up over here, we have prisoner 6. Also, watch out for that one. And then we got a good old prisoner 13 over here. We're just going around the 13's over to the right.
131. Sorry.
131 is the one. 131 was all the way down. Wait a minute. Did I have a 131? Oh yeah, I did. 131 is Grix, the goblin, the dude. You wouldn't know the name.
Oh, you're not a changeling. You are a shapeshifter, but you're not a changeling.
The goblin is down over here. If I pull you.
Okay. So we haven't gotten there yet. Got it.
Yeah. So 13's over where he was, and then the goblin. And last but not least, 131 is all the way down by me. 13's by you. 131's by me.
Okay.
I thought that changelings have dark vision.
Changelings do not have dark vision.
Shape changers do not. Yeah. There's no it.
Oh, whatever this website is wrong.
Sure. But yeah. So, there's your good. That's everything. All our prisoners right now. Any?
Right. Thanks for the tour, and thanks for the bit of a rundown too. It's good to know.
Of course. You feel free to be on your way. Do whatever you're
All right.
doing.
Yeah. I also want to just check out the hospital. See what that's about.
Sure. Do you have any reason to be in the hospital?
I mean, I not yet, but I want to know who's in there, what to expect if I ever do.
Sure. Feel free to go up there. It's up right by the guard barracks up north.
All right. Appreciate it. I just walk into the hospital.
Sure.
Confidence is key.
It is key. This chamber
Confidence
contains
and just straight up lying.
a dozen simple beds. Cabinets along the north wall hold medical supplies. And in the hospital itself, there is no one currently there.
Oh, there's
There's
no
a
like.
sign. There's a sign that says "Off-duty eating food." If you need me, come to the mess hall.
Great. That is where I go.
You can go back to the mess hall.
Actually, wait. You know what? I'm in here alone. I take a quick look out the door, make sure that one's like right outside,
Yeah.
and go to the desk and do just like a quick check.
Sure. Do an investigation check.
That's your specialty, right?
It's one of them. 16.
So you
Average.
see a good amount of supplies to make healer's kits, antitoxin, and other various medicines in the desk. But no notes or anything are on there. No records as far as stuff goes.
Is there like
you-
a clipboard by the wall of like entry and exit?
There does seem to be, yeah, so there's a clipboard and there's one name on that. There's one prisoner number, or sorry, there's two. One of it is prisoner 133, complaining about stomach cramps, possibly some form of food poisoning. And the other one is prisoner 200, and it just said they had nothing wrong with them. They were just lying.
Great. I make my way over to the mess to try to catch whoever the doctor is. Get a look at them. Whoa! I moved through walls.
You move through walls.
Hey, I'm also here waiting to go into the courtyard. What's up, buddy?
Yeah. You two can be like, hey. Okay.
Yeah, let's hand that off. 'Cause I'm just going into the mess to like
Sure.
get a look at the doctor. Maybe I'll walk through the kitchen to do that, but whatever.
Sure. You can do that. Josu can go out to the courtyard just fine. Go do the workout stuff. You do notice that every 8-hour shift, there are 3 guards that come out of the tower, walk their way back to the center, and then 3 guards go back to the tower.
Gotcha.
The
There's
tower.
nobody else in here. There's no prisoners in here during this time. It's just guards coming to
You
and
haven't noticed any prisoners coming out, but you do see like the guards do the, and then they go back in, or new ones go back in.
These light holes, are these? You can't travel out here, right?
Right. There's actually a little bit of a wall there that goes down.
Yeah, that's a. It's more like. It's like an arrow slit, but larger.
But larger, yes.
Yeah.
I'll actually be right back.
You're fired.
He left.
He did.
Bastard.
Gone forever.
Share stream is peak content, though. Even though it's not on the stream, we can see it. That's all that matters.
Yeah. I like that I can't see you. I like that I can see wood paneling.
Yes.
The chameleon.
You can't see
I
me.
thought that was me.
I am the wood paneling.
I'm very
all
happy I also
paneling.
didn't go changeling. It was my first choice. Like, oh, I should do that for this.
I mean, 2 changelings would have been great.
Well, we would have both been dwarves.
Looked like the
Yes.
exact same person, and then actually one of you is a cook in disguise, and when you take off your disguise, you guys can go 2 different places and confuse the hell out of them.
This makes me want to be a higher level rogue because it has all those disguise feats, but those don't happen until like levels 8. Also, I don't.
Twin Gambit.
This is also my second character ever in D&D, and I didn't want to be a rogue twice.
Yeah, that's valid.
Hey.
Oh, so we won. We did it.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Prisoners out.
Also, we made it to the Underdark.
Nice.
We're now best friends.
So
And we stopped the end of time.
Yeah.
Nice.
All 3
Also
campaigns wrapped up.
Yeah.
Is there any exercise equipment out here?
There is. There's a couple. Essentially, they're like dumbbells.
So I'm basically wandering between exercise equipments on the north and east side of the yard.
Yeah.
So I've been on the east side of the yard. I'm gonna move up here so I can see anything on the north side of the yard. Is this like a step up, or is this half wall higher than I think?
So that's the ladder. Do you see where the ladder is over to the right?
Oh yeah.
So that's how you would get up.
I'm assuming that would look weird.
Yeah. Well, maybe. I mean, you're a guard. Maybe you're just walking up to go check and see how things are.
Yeah.
I would have also made my way to the courtyard during downtime.
Oh, I'll wait then until I.
Sure.
I'm working out in here when you enter.
So as far as to get to the courtyard, while you're thinking, so let's see, Raffin would be grabbing a meal, being able to
Oh, are we
talk
leaving?
to. Well, before you guys would actually end up walking out, Raffin, let me put you through this wall. You do see the doctor, someone that's in like medical garb, a elf, just eating away. Ooh, this is delicious. This is some of the best stuff I've ever had here. Compliments to the chef.
I hate that you set the bar really high because when you fail the roll
That's
tomorrow,
me. I'm the chef.
they're gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
I'm glad you like it. I am programmed to do my best at everything.
That's great. I can't wait to see what happens tomorrow.
They say give it the old college try, but I say give it the old me, if you know what I mean.
I don't.
Well, you see, college is where people typically go to hone their skills to be good at
Ruby,
their
let's
job.
go, okay? I think
Yeah.
this is a great situation, and we should just leave it at that.
Is there a differentiation between college and university in D&D? Or is it all just university? They're just universities, there's no colleges.
Mostly universities are magic schools.
What would a college be in this world?
Well, there's
Same
Bardic
thing.
colleges.
Bardic, like, yeah, they usually have to do something as far as like I don't think there's like fighters college or anything like that. I don't think there's martial colleges.
There are fighter colleges.
There are fighter colleges? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I don't think it depends on where you are.
I'm going to tell you that the first college,
college.
sorry, this was the United States. I was going to Nope, I lied. I was going to say that the first college was founded in 1636, but apparently that's the first one in the United States.
Yeah, there's definitely.
The oldest college is in Morocco in 859 AD, so apparently
Damn.
I'm wrong.
We're good.
Oh no, that was university, so university is different than college.
Anyway. So yeah, the elf's eating. Rafen would come over would walk into the mess hall as Definto and Boop Snoop McBooplestoop are walking out of the room.
You fucking nailed it that time.
Thank you.
He's been practicing.
I have. That's what I that's what I left for, was just to sit there. And
What's
say
the
name
counter
for
up
5
to?
minutes.
It's true, we just said it over and over again.
24.
But yeah. Is Rafen going to say anything to the medic, or just kind of hang out in the mess hall for a little bit?
Just it goes over. How are you doing? I just want to, make sure I met our resident physician. Just.
Oh yeah, no, great. Yeah, I'm doing good. Thanks for asking.
I'm Callum,
How are you?
by the way.
Oh, okay, Caleb.
Caleb. Oh, good. Are you the only medical personnel on staff?
Yeah, sadly they don't really have much medical personnel. The head officer knows how to do medicine just in case it's necessary. The warden can also fill in if, anything crazy really happens. We don't actually have that many medical issues that happen around here, which is good, since I'm the only one that's, fully trained. We have backups, because, I do need to sleep.
Yeah. All right. Well, good. Yeah, well, just want to, meet you and again, I don't expect anything to go wrong,
cool.
but sometimes I get a little temperamental with my like digestion. Yeah, I know it's surprising for a dwarf, but listen,
Stomach problems, yeah.
that's why I'm here and not back home. Honestly, I got sick of hearing about it.
Yeah. Dwarves usually don't have that many stomach problems. They're usually like We can drink and eat anything we want.
No, listen. It's just stereotyping, all right?
Okay, no, that's fine. I don't mean to offend. I mean, I've been on Rebels.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, it's a little touchy. I get it. I apologize.
Okay. Yeah. No, like if you ever need anything, if I'm not in the office, try and find the head officer. Maybe if the warden's walking around. That's
Yeah, thank
you can
you.
find someone for sure.
Thank you. I'll just also probably check in with the kitchen from time to time just to see what they're making. So some things I know will set me off. So
Okay, sure. No, that's fine. I honestly, like, you can check into the kitchen. I'm just the physician.
Yeah. No, thanks. Anyway.
Okay.
Caleb, right? Yeah. Pleasure to meet
Yeah. Pleasure to meet you too. Have a wonderful day. I'm gonna, probably go take a nap. That time of day. So, the two kitchen staff, are you both going to be going to stretch your legs?
Unless that would look suspicious. I don't want to be suspicious about it, but yeah, I would go.
I thought you said it was the end of our shift.
Be suspicious.
What is it around your, So you guys can go stretch your legs.
If we're
I would stay in the
cooking
kitchen
shift.
until the end of our shift, but
Sure. Yeah, you could be able to, so it'll be the end of your cooking shift.
yeah.
then yes, I would do so and go to the courtyard.
Okay. Beep. A guard would come with you guys.
Head chef, make sure that we have an ingredients list for tomorrow. It will be a culinary day.
Sounds great. You guys enjoy your little bit of a break, or a bit of a break. Guys did great.
Yeah, okay. This is the end of the day, right? Work shift.
Yeah. No, have
Okay.
fun.
I take my work home with me. I assure you, it will be a short break indeed.
Well, your home's here. It's in the room down there. So
I know.
I hope you take your work home with you.
I'll be thinking of recipes all night.
Oh, great.
I don't need to sleep.
Robots. Am I right? Warforged. Very, very interesting creatures.
Yep.
Goodbye.
Okay. Have fun. And the guard escorts you. Where are you guys headed? Where would you like to stretch your legs? Anything?
I'd like to go to the courtyard.
Oh, sure.
That sounds delightful.
It's right out here. Just right out the courtyard. If you'd like.
Close and convenient. Very efficient.
Yeah. No, it should be great.
Oh, good. I can't see in here.
It is pretty dark out there. Be careful.
Perhaps I'll just stand right here. Please don't shut the door on me.
I'll make
I'm
sure to
afraid
prop
of
it
the
open.
dark.
You sure? You got. It'll be okay. Do you want anything to light or anything like that?
Yes. As previously mentioned, I'm afraid of the dark.
Sure, I can give you a tour.
How is it pitch black in the courtyard?
It's Alaska. We're outside in Alaska. At
Fair.
night.
Anyway,
I'm working out over here.
you got another guard in there. I'll be right here, standing. Maybe I'll do a half patrol and then I'll be back.
I'm gonna partake in a similar exercise, whether that's like dumbbells or whatever.
You're a robot. Can you work out?
I don't know. I'm gonna pretend to.
I will not be
performance
joining them
check.
in that activity.
Thank God it's performance.
Because you're pretending. Yeah.
I've studied working
Okay.
out multiple times. I think it's something like this.
You have oddly good form for somebody who shouldn't need to work out.
I think there's a joke. Something about going to the crossbow show.
What is our good friend Rafen doing at the moment?
Try again, please.
Chatting. Try again.
I accidentally trip a little bit and fall over, and I'm just like, I need good info.
I whisper like I don't have any more info than what I told you earlier, but you guys should out loud say you want a tour of the guard tower, and I can give you a tour of the guard tower.
I wish there was some way we could see more of this building. The kitchen just keeps me so claustrophobic. Also, it'd be nice to know where to go in case of emergencies. Like if we get attacked by a prisoner, where could we go to get guards?
I'm watching. I am actively like trying to make sure no one's eavesdropping or.
Do you have just? I mean, I don't even know. I guess do a deception check. Like,
Me?
no, you're fine. But like Nefinta, who is very out loud.
Oh yeah, no, I said many words.
I feel like you're
reasonable
doing pretty good. One of the guards comes in, followed by a familiar face.
Oh, now I don't want to leave this room.
Well, you already said it.
Out loud, yeah, we did.
But right now, I think I'd rather work out.
Do a deception check with disadvantage.
I think
Were they in earshot?
when I click it once, it's just gonna roll.
There's
I
guards
think.
in the guard tower all the time.
Yeah, it is a far distance though.
And he is very loud. He's not trying to be quiet.
13.
It's 50 feet vertically or horizontally.
That's not too bad.
That's not too bad.
They don't leave her alone in here. They left the other person alone in here. They don't leave her alone in here.
Yeah, but we have
no, they do.
We have a guard of our own.
They kind of go their separate ways. They keep an eye on her, but they go to like the corners. They don't sit right next to. One of the ones actually leaves, but it stands outside the door.
I'm gonna stare at her uncomfortably again.
Did you pick another profession? You decided you wanted to, I don't know, be a bodybuilder as a warforged? You're a robot already.
I was hoping you could teach me more about becoming a criminal.
I'm gonna go stand with the other guard and shoot the shit. You have 20 charisma. What are you doing?
That's why I can say these things.
I mean, you just outright said, teach me more about becoming a criminal. The guard in the courtyard over there raises an eyebrow and just stares at you.
It was a joke. Does your kind not tell them? I can explain it in great detail if you'd like.
He's been trying to learn comedy. It's not been going very well.
I'm gonna talk to the guard I'm next to. It's just like, that guy's so goddamn weird. I can't get a read on him.
Yeah.
I would love to whisper to her right now.
So Jasu, do a persuasion check.
I was thinking of a deception check, but I can do.
No, it's persuasion.
Oh.
And then,
Hey, I critted.
that's correct. You know, some people are kind of weird.
At least the wolf steaks.
Humor, but
At least
yeah,
the wolf steaks are
it's
good.
Great, great food.
He's my first warforged. There's no person.
If you know him at all, like, make sure just probably tell him to stick away from the jokes, though. If anyone else heard that, they're not going to be super happy with the fact that he.
Were you on the boat in? I sailed in with him. That's the best I know him. He was
I've been here for one round already.
But the next time I go into mess, I'll give him the word. He needs to shape up a little bit more. It's just I don't think it's something he's just not getting. I think it's a warforged thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Anyway, yeah, we'll just stand here for a little bit, just doing guard duty things, you know.
Yeah. Oh,
Anyway.
I get it. Anyway, now I'm going to move back to the weights on this side of the room over here.
Am I able to sneak a whisper in?
Have I?
Yeah, she goes over to like this corner over here and just.
There's still the
working
guard
on
by the doorway, correct?
that. Yeah.
Have I seen anybody just like eating or drinking stuff out in public?
In
Or
the
they
courtyard?
only ate and drank in the mess hall.
You've only seen people really eat or drink in the mess hall. You haven't seen any like eating outside of it.
God damn it. All right.
Question: Is there a bench press in the area where I'm standing?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna point to Boop Stoop McBooplestool, and I'll be like, "You, cook, over here. I need a spot." And I'm gonna lay on the bench and hold the bar.
All right, I was walking towards the door. I'll turn around immediately. Yes, guard.
That's
Other
not,
way.
it's not that way.
Oh, yep. Sorry.
You have dark vision. You don't even
I
have
do.
an
I can
excuse.
see him.
That both of you, you're talking to the fucking dwarf.
You did say you cook.
No, he said
I've-
you boop.
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
McBooplestew.
Okay. I thought he was talking to me too. Good.
No,
good.
I'm
Good,
trying
okay.
to actively work
Okay,
on, like,
great.
I'm doing something so he can be nearby if there's a
Yeah.
distraction that
No,
needs to
I love
happen.
it. I like it. I thought you were calling me over. I was going to call you out.
So I'm in this position, and I'm like, if it gets weird, signal me, and I will struggle with the weights. And you're going to have to work and sell it that you can't lift the weights up.
I don't have to sell that.
Perfect.
Anyway, you can do a stealth check.
Okay.
Defento. Did you try and whisper? Feel pretty stealthy.
Prisoner, I have a proposition for you.
Is that proposition making better food?
Stabber. Why do we need to
Whatever
be
food
here?
you want when you're free. But you see, you have something that I need.
Oh, what could that be? I don't have anything anyone needs.
A key, perhaps.
I don't know what you possibly could be talking about.
Oh, come now.
I mean,
If
I
you want,
might know what you're talking about if you do something for me first.
I don't know. We've only got 24 minutes left before midnight.
I'm not going to change this because we're close to the stopping point.
I know.
It was a good attempt.
It was. I tried.
Do a DM persuasion check.
Wow. What is it?
Costs $5.
You have a new Venmo transaction.
What is it? What can I possibly do for you aside from make better food and give you your own freedom?
I mean, I don't care about getting out of here. This is a pretty cozy
Why?
place. Why would I want to leave?
Sure. No, that's great. I want the key. I don't care about your freedom. Go on.
Okay.
Cold hard facts. Sorry. If you don't care, I don't care.
I don't care.
Great. Key.
We all don't care.
How do I get the key?
Fine, I don't care.
There's-
I never cared.
Still don't know what you're talking about as far as a key goes. But I might know a little bit
It could be a metaphorical key.
if you possibly sneak into the warden's office and get me some of the records that she has.
Sure. No problem.
That easy enough. Okay,
What do you want?
sure. She has a couple records, documents, details, the comings and goings of the prison. Just be good to know, you know, since I'm stuck in here for life.
I'm only going to do it if you can somehow give me a better than I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, I might know a little bit about something. Key rings a little bit of a bell.
Yeah, no, I turn as if I'm gonna walk away, and I'm like, well, that's fine. I don't actually walk 5 feet, but like I'm like very much like, well, you don't need the records that bad, I guess. I need the key quite bad, and if you don't have it, I have to find out which other prisoner 13 in here does. And it's probably starting to get suspicious that I'm talking to you this long, so if you know what I'm talking about, give me a sign. Otherwise, we'll go investigate someone else.
She just
Way to not sound needy.
It sounds like you need me more than I need you. And just goes back to the bed press.
Did we overhear any of that?
No, they were
I
pretty
was
stealthy.
whispering.
I think I
I
probably
guess you
have.
would. I guess, yeah. Boop Snoop McBooplestoot would have heard it because he has a very high
Up the
passive
counter.
perception.
I also Boop Stoop McBooplestool. If you think that I need to cause a distraction, you can also signal May.
Or wait,
Oh, that's what I
yeah.
was assuming.
Yeah. I'm looking like I want to. I guess I haven't left yet. Then, if there's no distraction yet, and
Okay.
right before I leave, probably when the distraction's about to start, I'm like, look, all I'm looking for is acknowledgement.
Is that what? That I have
That
the
you
thing you were
know
talking about?
that you're at least aware of what I'm talking about. We know you have it. It's not a question of whether you have it. Do you know what I'm talking about?
And you never read between the lines, Warforged.
Warbot.
Warbot.
Autobot.
She calls him Warbot.
We're in the middle of a prison and you're directly talking to me even though you're a
I'm
little
gonna
bit
double
quiet,
tap
it's still
on the
being-
bar.
I mean, read between what I was saying. I would never tell you outright that I know anything.
As he starts struggling, I look at her and I'm like, I look at her and I'm like, is this a sign?
How about you
Legitimately trying to
relate?
help spot him.
Roll an athletics check. You were good. You're actually able to help spot him.
Okay.
This is what you wanted.
I'm gonna get up and like, where the hell did you learn how to spot?
She just
Misclicked.
and it drops. Boom.
Drop it on his stomach.
She just run what I said by your friends as the guards come over. This guard comes over to help spot and is like, you shouldn't be a spotter if you can't actually pick up the damn dumbbell.
I
or the
did, though.
barbell.
I'm holding it in
Then
my
you
hands
dropped
right
it.
now.
You drove the
No, that was a I
second one.
misclicked entirely.
Oh, okay, no, that's fine. then it's like, then the other guy would come in. What's the commotion here? It looks like he spotted it just fine.
You know, I'm used to working out with the guards. You guys are on shift. I thought the cooks could handle it. He barely got it up there. I'm pushing myself too hard for what we have out here. I'm not gonna ask the fucking prisoners for this. It's my own fault. I'm sorry. You guys don't need this.
I'll put the bar back down.
Okay, that's fine.
Tensions are very high. I'm sorry for the commotion.
No, it's okay. I mean, you look like you did a perfectly fine job.
I thought so too.
Understand
But, you know,
the commotion at all. Just one of the stronger cooks I know, apparently.
well, don't get used to that.
Boople Snoop McBooplestoot is the strongest potter I know.
Potter, that's your normal job.
That's what I was doing before here. Yes, I let the cooks know that I've been making cookware before and trying to learn how to cook now.
Oh, that's good. Good.
He wants to know the whole process of
I don't-
cooking, from making
never-
the pan to cooking in it.
Never heard of the name before, though.
You've never heard of Boop Stoop McBooplestoop?
No.
First
Oh, the
letter
Big
of
Boople
name.
Stoop.
I'll have to, when I get out of here, I'll have to look it up.
Oh, man.
This is a wildly successful deception for no ruse.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so you can give me your contact information. I can send you a brochure of what we offer for sale.
Do not sign up for the brochure. Whatever you do not sign up for the brochure. It does not stop coming. I don't know how it prints it. I don't know how it gets there, but it doesn't stop getting delivered. They're unreasonable prices.
You.
No one's paying 40 speckles, Boop Snoop.
He looks. At
Very high quality pottery.
He looks at Boop Snoop McBooplestoot and is like, "What did you do to this man?"
We have a very aggressive marketing campaign, and we're very good friends with the postman.
But when you're pouring all your profits into sending mail to people, you don't pull out.
Go ahead.
You know, I'll look it up when I get when I get back. I don't. Yeah, I'm just gonna look
Oh
it
yeah,
up.
not right now. That's
Get
fine.
back.
Thank you. Thank you for considering.
Okay. We're gonna go be on our way. Prisoner 13. And they leave.
God.
I look at Boople Snoop and I say, we already know her address, so she's a definite. We can just sign her right up right now.
Oh my god, the amount of
Joke lore, the deep, rich culture and joke lore that your character has.
It's great.
Are we the only ones here now?
So how about that tour?
You think we can tour the warden's office?
No.
I really want to know where she sits
I don't
on the
think we can
political
go there.
issues of the whether or not my food is good.
I'm gonna whisper. I mean, I could whisper to you, but I really don't want to. I think we pushed our luck.
What's Rafen been doing these like many moons of talking?
Very important conversation that has taken place.
Really like has checked out the kitchen as well.
Sure.
Has gone to like the different guard towers, is just going like everywhere.
Okay. Well, we could say at some point, because one of the guard towers is
You're
out.
seen.
Yeah. Do you want to see the courtyard, like the tower beyond the courtyard?
That might be the last stop.
Okay. So you end up going all the way around. You go to the top, the bottom. Do you go to the courtyard one that's Do you go to the tower that's outside? There's a southwest tower that's like a little bit of a walk down and around.
Do you have to leave the south gate for that one?
You don't leave the south gate. There's actually a southwest walkway.
Oh, I can see it. I didn't know that was there.
Oh yeah. Yes. Yeah, Rafen grabs like goes up and grabs
People aren't actually there.
a warm suit and heads out.
Sure. Do you want to? We can say, oh, you're a dwarf, so you're not going to light up a torch,
Yep.
unless. So you just you stumble around in the darkness until you find a guard tower. They let you in because they notice you're.
I mean, there's like a trodden path that I am. Like,
Yeah. So you don't have to roll a check or anything. You're able to kind of walk the path. They let
but I
you in.
walk very slowly.
Yeah. They're like, it's kind of cold out there. You want to come in a little bit?
Oh yeah. That's just getting a feel for the place, you know. First,
Oh, sure.
day.
Sure.
I like to know my surroundings, you know.
Smart thing. What brings you to Revel's End? Why'd you send it for guard duty?
Honestly, just getting away from family. Just getting stuffy underground, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you're above ground pretty much the entire time here, so.
It's a little unnerving if I'm honest, but you know, it's like a good kind of like you're growing sort of growth of uncomfortableness, right?
Yeah, I mean, you get used to it eventually. I imagine. We've had a couple dwarf guards. They say roughly the same thing. But,
Rafen, in his mind, oh thank God.
Of course they do.
so yeah, this is the guard tower. This is the only one that's actually straight up outside the prison itself.
Yeah, why do we even have this out here? Like,
You never know. Occasionally, the monster comes through. We can call alert to that.
oh, do we have the odd creature coming through?
Occasionally, yes.
Oh, yeah, that'll give some excitement, I guess.
Yeah. This isn't the most exciting job in the world, but when things happen, they happen. We all go to attention. We all come to arms, and we deal with what needs to be dealt with.
All right. I mean, I can't say I mind it being all quiet, but a little bit of excitement now and then.
That's what we're waiting for, some excitement for sure.
Well, thanks for the rundown. I'll be heading back.
Okay. Watch your step out there. Just follow the path as you did before. It can get, a little bit windy. Blow you around a little bit.
It's pretty chilly out there for sure.
Yeah, for sure. You're able to
Slowly make my way.
make your way back to where the light is over there. Back into the prison.
Like looking around, yes, I can see.
I can see for sure.
As someone who's seen my whole life, obviously this is the way.
Exactly.
So you would also have gone past the storage. This is the storage.
Yeah.
The tower that's out there. Been the same kind of thing, just a little guard conversation as they're up there. And then
I
privy,
would ask them in that guard tower, hey, is that just... I noticed the door to the privy over through storage. Is that the only privy we got?
That's the only privy we got. Sadly.
Prisoners use that too?
They have waste buckets. They throw them in there.
Who cleans that up?
They do.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it. You're good.
All right, cool. Actually, would you mind letting me into the privy while I'm here? Might as well. Thank you.
Oh, sure. Sure. Door opens up. You're able to go into the privy. The door closes behind you.
What's
It
it
is.
look like?
So, the privy contains, it's a room that contains
I'm privy to it.
It's gross.
It's pretty gross. A dozen wooden waste buckets. And the way it works is the prisoners will carry them outside every once in a while to throw them out and dispose of the waste. That's actually the privy itself is just a bunch of waste buckets.
And does this look like where the prisoners bring their waste when they have to?
Yeah, they'll bring their waste and then they'll throw their waste out the door with the rest of it. They'll clean up the full privy. They'll clean out their own buckets and anyone else's buckets, and then they'll do their thing.
Okay.
But yeah, it looks like where the prisoners also go. Okay. Spend your time in the privy.
Yeah, great. It's a wonderful time. Back to the barracks.
Okay.
And the warden has their room up on tower level.
Up on the tower, yeah.
And their office.
Yeah. You would, so if you wanted to go towards the center and back to the normal barracks, you don't notice any of the prison guard going up to the next floor.
Okay, they all just stop at the barracks.
Yeah. So if you want to go up to the center into the barracks, you can do that. And just kind of chill out there. And then if you're doing that, then the rest of the group that's in the yard, that's where we would be right now.
I'm going to out loud say to the cooks after they say they wanted to meet the wardens in discreet. Oh, I guess if you want to request for more cooking supplies, I could take you to the warden. Are you sure that's what you want?
Yes, I would love to meet the warden and all of their wardenliness.
I guess I might need to check with another guard on the way. It seems a little unorthodox, but I don't see why you couldn't try to requisition spices.
Yeah, or at least find out if she also likes my cooking.
It's your funeral, but yeah, sure, let's go.
Maybe we can get her address as well.
I see no downside.
I see. Is Callum here?
No, Callum would have went back to the barracks.
Oh,
if you were going through and you get to the barracks, then
Yeah, then Callum would be there, yeah.
All right, are you two coming with me for this little jaunt? Oh, shut the door.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So you go to the barracks. Are you just gonna go up to where none of the other guards have gone to? What's the plan?
I am going to take them to the first level of the Panopticon, and I'm going to go up to the desk because I'm not an officer. and request an audience with the warden, saying that the cooks want to requisition spices and want to speak with the warden.
I mean, I can get the warden down here. We're not going to let you up in her, like, no one really goes up into the warden's office, but I can, the warden doesn't seem to be too busy today.
I guess we're here.
Yeah, you guys would be in the center. Whee! But yeah, that's what the guard would say. Ding.
Really,
Probably
nobody
call the
goes to her
warden down.
office?
No, I mean that and the counselors can go up there. That's where they decide if they're gonna, end a jail sentence or whatnot. It's the office and also her area.
All right.
So, you want me to call her down?
I'm just looking to the cooks because I'm not trying to meet with the warden.
I don't have anything useful.
Why? Did you say that out loud?
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm looking at my character sheet. I thought I had invisibility, but I have C invisibility.
You have C
All right.
ability.
You're gonna have to fucking ask the warden for spices for tomorrow's meal then.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, the warden comes down.
Sorry to bother you, ma'am. The cooks responsible for today's wonderful steak dinner wish to requisition more supplies for tomorrow's dinner.
So the warden that comes down is a human. Human looking in mage garb. She wears a red robe with gold trim. Keeps a ring with 7 tiny keys hanging from.
This is
One of the
up in the
pockets.
barracks.
Yeah, so you guys are up in the barracks at this. Actually, no, this would be down, I guess, in surveillance, because that's
We're
where
all-
you guys went to the desk. So they're down one. You'd be in the barracks and you'd see the warden come
Oh,
down.
perfect. I get a good look at her.
You do. Yeah, with 7 tiny keys hanging in one of the pockets. She comes down and you said what he says, like, requisition more what now?
Spices, ma'am, and then I look to the 2 cooks, and that's the last I'm going to be speaking until I move you back to wherever it is you want to go.
We only have rudimentary spices, you see, and it's inadequate for making meals of higher caliber.
I mean, I definitely can see what I can do about that. Try and get a little more. It's a little bit cost inefficient, but I've heard pretty good things about your meal today. So if that's what you need for a little bit better stuff, we can do that.
I've done the math, and as far as I can tell, spices are the highest gain for the lowest cost.
Sure, we can probably do that. I don't see any reason why not. Too.
I was just thinking that the better the guards eat, the better the defense will be.
You don't need to convince me at all. You've already convinced me.
I just like to be fully transparent.
You have autism. You have such autism.
I don't pick up. Emotion is complicated to me. I'm still learning.
But yeah, just gonna do a couple rounds. Go to the mess hall, I guess. At this point, have some of this meal.
If
I've
it
been
would
hearing so much
please you,
about.
tomorrow I could deliver the meal to you. I don't have
good.
to,
I'll
but
come down to do my normal stuff.
sure thing. It's a service I'd always be willing to offer, and not just specifically now. So you find me whenever you come around, and I can save you a few extra steps.
I like the steps. Let me see the prison. Let me make sure everything's working
I'm
okay.
glad you like it.
I want you to wink with both eyes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go.
I'll escort them back to the kitchen, ma'am.
Sure. I mean, I can walk with you guys. I'm gonna head that way anyway.
So
Please
we'll all
tell me.
go.
Tell me everything about yourself.
The morning of as you guys all walk to the kitchen, we'll do a little conversation. That's what we're gonna end up having to call it because it's 11. Because no one shot will apparently ever be a one shot.
I told you.
I know.
We made pretty good time today,
We tried.
too.
So yeah, you guys head over. She says, she tells you like she's been in the warden's prison for a pretty long time. This is kind of where she's been living. She doesn't really trade out shifts. She, as far as like, there's no other wardens. She is the warden of the prison. She talks a little bit about herself, makes it known, because she makes it known to actually pretty much everyone that she, every once in a while, every once in a while she tends to get into a little bit of she has an alter ego. She likes to let people know a spirit that occasionally comes out in her. So if you ever hear her just speaking in Dwarvish, that's just her alter ego.
Conveniently, nobody in the party speaks Dwarvish, so that will
I
never.
actually speak Dwarvish.
By the name of Flax.
I
Brown
actually
handle.
speak Dwarvish so I can talk to this thing.
Yeah, that's
come
not
out.
my concern.
She'll come out every once in a while. If you ever see me just walking around speaking Dwarvish, maybe drinking a little bit of ale, that's just that's how it goes.
Do you share thoughts with this entity?
Yeah, I mean,
Will you answer if I call you the wrong name? Like, are you in there?
I mean,
Interested
like,
for scientific reasons. This is crazy.
yeah. I mean, if you call me the wrong name, then whoever's currently, around will correct you.
If I tell you a secret, will the other dwarf know?
Yeah,
That's
share thoughts.
awesome.
yeah.
Well, she's not a dwarf, right?
No, she's not. She's a human.
Yeah.
Do you like the same food?
just like
'Cause
to
that'll
let-
make
we just like to let
preparing
people
very
know.
difficult.
Let's see. The dwarven side just likes ale a lot.
I don't make that.
It's totally fine. I mean, he likes food as well, but ale specifically. But yeah, I mean, I usually let the older person. It never gets in the way. Just maybe I'm a little bit more. When he comes out, I'm a little bit more talkative. I'll come around, and maybe that's when I'll do more of my rounds, just a couple times a day. I've gotten quite accustomed to it.
Cool.
And that's what we're gonna call it for the night. With that bit of information.
What are the fucking odds that there is somebody who has a dwarf spirit in them, while somebody is a changeling pretending to be a dwarf?
It's a match made in heaven.
Okay,
This is fine.
this is fine.
At some
Now-
point, I would have told her my full name of Boop Snoop Mc.
Oh, of course, of course. Let me do.
I just wanted to drive the counter up one more time.
has
We got that
specific-
31.
Nice.
Wait a minute. History. Ooh, she knows the name very well. It's the first
Gets
person.
that,
She
gets that
accidentally
fucking
signed up.
catalog. She gets that catalog. dude.
Person to know.
First person to know in the
Yeah,
prison.
she actually has
Amazing.
bought your pottery before.
Yeah, it's great
The
pottery.
25?
Great. Yeah,
Wow.
there's a 25. Yeah, she got a 25 in history. So yeah, that's gonna do it for tonight. That was fun.
Bye, stream.
It was funny.
Got it. That was
Ridiculous.
that
Now,
was-
Din